Yeah.
Very ready to play. There you go. Done.
I forgot what we were doing.
I'll recap. I'm just waiting for...
It's on.
Oh, we're good?
Yeah.
Hey! All right. Welcome back, and thank you for answering the call of the hunger. Our party is ready to rock, having dived and delved into the bowels of the great R&D6, a research blacklist site of the infamous A and B Corp, in their process of trying to find Wyland Buckham. But you guys found him. Well, half of them. And you're pretty sure you know where the other half is. And in the process of finding him, you pieced together that there was basically some sort of psycho who managed to get his hands on Wyland. It sounded like he's got friends in big places that allows him to kind of throw his weight around to get what he wanted. But that didn't work with you guys. You slew him on the spot. With whispers of grandma might get mad at you in the background, so to speak. The alarms have faded from your ears in this facility, but you, upon searching the cells and finding Wyland, you had found that there is a hole dug out of the back of some of the cells, leading into pitch black. Leaving the area, you had found a gentleman by the name of Anger Build had fallen victim to Emery's trap, got himself stuck. Talking to him, you guys had found out that there is indeed some sort of strange rift in the bowels of this place to a destination that he called the Black Realm. He was tasked with essentially creating some sort of gates to contain it. And that was his role here at this facility. But he said also that you guys be warned that the headmaster of the facility, Lilliput, locked himself in his panic room, and he has a fail-safe switch, a switch designed to, if things were to get out of this rift, whatever's on the other side, it would kill everything in the facility. So, don't give him reason to pull the switch, is what he was basically saying. Along this route, now your guys' attention had turned towards getting out. Bull is carrying Wyland on his back. Wretch had found some poor sap that he managed to stabilize. A froglet who remains unconscious that he pulled aside as well. And so far as alternative paths, there is a door leading deeper into the facility, some strange vent, and then there is the staircase leading back up towards the second level. Towards the second level up. We're going bottom up. This is the first level. Anyways, on this note, you guys have kind of grouped back up. What do you do?
Okay. I think Ilya just got here, and he only remembers the dwarf being in the office. I'm gonna point to the dwarf who's now stuck in the trap, and I ask him. I'm gonna ask my party members, "What's up with that guy?"
He is going to escort us out of here in lieu of us taking his life.
That's probably where I was gonna go with that.
So,
Wait, no, I was here. I asked him some questions. I wanted to figure out what association he may have had with the.
He's
Flesh
basically
experiment.
just a hired contractor to do construction, more or
Yeah.
less.
Okay. Now I remember.
he just works here. It's
That was
fine.
just a week ago.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a hamster brain.
A lot of that going around today, apparently.
Mhm.
Hamsters,
contagious.
gerbils. Okay. Let's see here. So, and the only way that he knows out is up these stairs to the second floor.
It must be.
From where you're standing, yeah.
It's like, okay. So...
So
I
somebody's
don't like
got to
it.
let him out of the trap. Maybe one of you bigger fellows could,
Wait, isn't this
be
your
close
trap?
to him. It's my
Yeah,
trap,
this
but
is
I'm
your
saying
trap.
I'll release him from the trap. But if one of you would be close to me while I do, not saying that
Yeah,
I don't trust you.
Two of us are already carrying people, so that only leaves one person.
That's got to be me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be up close to the dwarf while you release him from the trap with a hand firmly placed on his shoulder.
This might hurt a bit. I'm sorry.
How firmly?
And I try to break the.
Yeah, ding, 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 as it kind of reprimes.
Pull the tooths out of his leg.
Do you reset it, or do you like let the trap go back to shut?
I will maybe reset it after everybody's walked by.
Oh, you're gonna leave it on the ground. Okay. I assume you're gonna pick it up and put it in your bag.
Well, I don't know if anything else is down here, but I mean, if we're going up,
Okay.
that's what I'll do. So.
We have released you from the trap, Mr. Dwarf Man. And as agreed, you're going to lead us out of here, and if you try anything funny, I will cut off your arms and legs.
I mean, alright, yeah. Yeah. He's gonna hobble along. Are you guys heading up to the second floor?
If that's where he's leading us, yeah.
Alright.
We trust
Wait,
him implicitly.
Is he bleeding?
He's limping along pretty good.
Yeah, he got caught. I had a bear trap, so it snagged
Okay.
around his leg, so he's probably
Just,
got
I don't want him... I don't know how big that bear trap is relative to dwarf thighs. Maybe he hit a femoral artery. I don't know.
Well, if it was Mr. Rat that stepped in it, his torso would be cut in half.
It's true.
He leads
True,
you guys back into the main chamber on the second floor. What is that? What the hell? Opened. Oh, yes. Oh, it's because you guys can see that way. Okay. And as he does, he looks around and he notes, well, I mean, I prefer to take the elevator. And he looks over. He glances at another door, in a direction that you guys hadn't gone yet.
Do you think they'd just let us go through that way without any hubbubs? They seemed a little, worried about us before when we were on a different floor, but that's another story.
Oh, they'll certainly try to kill you if you guys go in any direction without me. Of course. I mean, I might be able to stay their hand.
Yeah, I think the alarm going off after they saw us, they may have made a connection there.
If you're saying there's another way than the elevator and through a crowded area, is that what you're saying?
Sorry. He goes, there's stairs and there's an elevator. The elevator goes past the third floor, but the stairs just have access to the fourth. With my busted leg, I was just saying, he just starts walking to the elevator.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold him for a second. It's like, no. Now let's be clear about something here. Any trouble that we come across is trouble for you too.
Listen! The only way out of this facility is through the elevator outside.
Alright.
In order to get there, we need to go to the top bay, to the top floor where the bay is. You see this? And he kind of hobbles over to the wall and slaps it a couple times. Solid rock. We're in the mountain, all right?
Okay. Well, because I thought you said something about he glanced over at the stairs and said he'd rather take the elevator.
Then the stairs, because his busted leg.
Right. But the trouble with the stairs is we call for the elevator and... Well, okay, they're not going to know it's us. We just can't go back down once we get out there. Okay.
Sounds like
the
eventually we
elevator.
have to get on it.
Who here has an intelligence? Sorry,
I do.
Anne-Marie, you have the highest intelligence, right? Intelligence of 4.
Yes, I have 4 intelligence, not
Okay.
just 1.
Can you give me an intelligence roll?
Sure. Just intelligence or investigation, interpretation? Wait,
Just a
no, that's
straight intelligence roll.
Okay.
Who here has intelligence?
I have a 2.
You know what? I take it back. I'm still on the same roll as before. 2 advantage. With 4 dice.
Crushing it, buddy.
2 blanks are good.
Just very scatterbrained.
You pause for a moment, thinking you remember something, and you go, I lost it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We were told the way down, at least, by the animal handler that we stuffed full of straw and threatened with an inch of his life.
Yeah.
What about it?
Okay, I know we asked him specifically how to get down to where specimens are held, but I can't remember if we asked him a way out.
No.
I thought he said you go like all the way up to get back to town. Like go into the elevator and go all the way up.
That's what the dwarf just told us.
Well, I have notes from that session that say
Okay,
that's what the other guy
will
told
trust
us.
your notes.
Yeah.
Okay,
People
that's
on the
metagame
second
now.
floor,
So,
exit elevator to exit, go to top back to go back into town.
okay, let's head up.
You taking the stairs or the elevator?
If we go down far enough, we'll start going up again.
I think we're taking the elevator.
All right.
Assuming it can hold all of us. Can it hold all of us, Mr. Dwarf Man?
Of course it can. This thing is over-engineered to hold raw materials of lead pellets.
Okay.
You guys
Head
all
into-
hop on the elevator and hit the up button.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You guys hear like a click, like a loud, almost like someone throwing in a breaker sound. After a pause, clunk, 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 the elevator starts rising.
Well, sorry, did you say something, Andrew? I know sometimes your headset glitches out.
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought I heard something for a second, so. Sorry. Oh, and now I made you take a break.
The elevator starts to rise. And as it does, slowly but surely, you can see there's facing outward. There is a like a maintenance ladder sort of thing in here, and that's recessed into the wall. And as you rise slowly, you see the door to floor 3 come up, which is the access point to the animals' sanctuary, essentially. That it depends.
Should we get off there since we know the area?
I mean,
But I can't remember if they brought us in through the elevator or if we came in, or if they hauled us in through another way.
well, we were like in a barrel. I don't know how much we actually know.
You guys could all give me vigilance checks.
Okay.
Vigilance
Yeah,
or
we were-
perception, actually.
They...
3 success.
Because it does make sense that we'd be brought in through that big bay doorway at the top, and this is a mountain.
3 successes.
Wow.
Marie.
With 4 dice, I got 1 success, 1 advantage.
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
All right. You guys determine that through at least 3 of you, anyways. You took an elevator up in the bitter wind. You could hear it howling. You got led in through some huge gates, and then you got dropped down in another elevator. Judging by the clinking noises that you guys heard.
So we might as well keep going up.
Yeah.
Up as far as it will go.
Yep.
Clink, 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 clink.
All right.
Oh,
Check it.
hold on.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here. While we are riding the elevator, does anybody have any skills for recovering, helping teammates recover strain? That isn't a short rest.
I
I have a stamina potion.
Because if there's a possibility of getting in another fight, I could really use some stamina.
I don't. I have like heroic fortitude or whatever for myself, where I can just close my eyes for a second. But
I don't have any abilities.
No, just have 2 stamina potions.
Alright, I'll just wing it for now.
I mean, if you're like low on strain, because I am right at the threshold, then I'd be willing to give you one of my stamina potions and then take one myself.
I have 2 strain left to spend.
Okay, I'm going to give you 1 stamina potion and I'm going to take one.
fair enough.
So,
Is that-
It
Yeah, I
should be
didn't-
5, I think.
Yeah.
recover 5 strain?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I didn't write these down because I thought they were in the gear or the alchemy, but I was wrong. Thank you.
Okay.
Alright, that's all I needed to do.
Clunk, 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 clunk. The elevator continues up, and eventually you can see light coming up out of the top. The top of the front, anyways. As it, and you see, set on the boxes that have been kind of put up in front of where the elevator comes up from, are rows of guards with crossbows leveled at the entrance of the elevator, and you hear, "What? Just hold on!" from anger build as you're holding him by the scruff of his shirt in front of him. Who has anger at this point, by the way?
It would have to be
Holding.
Ilya.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm holding him.
All right. Can you guys put yourselves in the spots that you want to be in the elevator at this point?
Oh, goodness.
Sorry, are we on the top floor? I'm sorry if I missed that. Or is this like
Yes.
a middle floor? Okay.
This is as it reaches the top here. This is
Okay.
the spot that you guys were in before earlier.
Okay, that helps, thanks. Just wanted to double check. He didn't
And then you guys have these 2 folks in with you, but I put down the bottom right over here. Just
Yeah.
they're with you guys as a bunch
Yeah.
of all the tokens.
Got
Okay. There is a short, kind of fair-skinned, fair in the sense that it's very light-skinned, almost yellowish-hued, short woman standing underneath a crosswoman in the sense that he's set up on top of a box, and she's short. At immediate glance, you guys can tell she's of a leprechaun descendant. She's got blonde hair pulled back and short, kind of almost mutton chops. It's like her sideburns come down quite a bit. She's got kind of a gnarled worn up face, and she's got a Gambeston cuirass on that kind of looks like what I would assume in our world would look like a flak jacket, right? And it's got a gorget on the front of it, rather well designed. She's got what appears to be silver inlaid wire wrapped up her arms, her bare arms, which those of you who've been around a bit, Ilya, you'd probably be a little bit familiar with this. It's a form of enchantment, how you enchant like body parts, so to speak. And she goes, "Hold your fire!" Raising one hand to the guards set about in the room. There's also a winged greater draken of brown color who kind of like walks out from behind one of the crates.
Grandma? That's Grandma, right?
Well, we can only hope.
As the thing clicks in, as the elevator clicks into place, you hear the sounds of a troll clearing, a giant clearing his throat behind you guys.
Well, that's good.
He goes, "All right, I want fast talking."
We're just on our way out.
Okay, we have a prisoner here. Let us free, unmolested, back into the city until we're a safe distance away, or we'll kill him. Oh, and that includes everybody who's in the elevator with us.
Because if our hostage here dies, there's nobody to go back and tell the guy not to release the abyss.
So you said specifically. You said let us escape into this. Like let us into the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, out of here into the city unmolested.
Guy looks at you for a moment and goes, "And you'll specifically not kill him or throw him off the elevator in any way, shape, or form?"
If you let us back into the city unmolested, I have no quarrel with him or anybody here.
"Very well. Me and my men will not touch you. You'll leave unmolested from this facility." Well, that was pretty easy. How about... she goes, she speaks up and goes, "Rainier, bring out the platter."
Can I just try to do a check to see if she's like trying to deceive us or like hide stuff from us? You know, like that was pretty easy.
Being
Does
crazy.
it seem like she's like, is she being just?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a interpretation check.
Thanks for
As you-
understanding my half words.
As you are, as you were kind of scrutinizing her, you hear a pitter-patter of someone's feet. It looks like someone in work garb, but rather nice clothes. Kind of comes by, and he's got basically like a tray with food and a pitcher and glass on it. What did you get for your result?
2 and 1.
2 and 1. Okay, so what you tell right away is that the reason why this food was brought out quickly, this is an extension of the laws of chivalry, meaning that she's bringing it out so that way you guys can take food and water in this establishment, and if they're offering in trade, then you do have to stick to the letter of your agreement. That's like important in this world, so to speak.
Okay.
Very fey in that sense.
And if we don't, we will be smited.
Oh, you'll be wanted men, like, across the world. You have no honor here. Okay, so,
Your chicken, cheap.
you get that, like, but what she is agreeing to, though, is the letter of what you said, right? like the moment you step foot off of their property, you're fair game,
Yeah.
right? She turns.
Didn't like Lamore anyway.
She turns and so she takes one of the cups and pours from the pitcher into it. It appears to be like a light beer, and she knocks it back, sits the glass down, and goes, "We didn't know how many of you there'd be, so sorry. There's only 4 cups." And the tray is brought forward to you guys from the laborer, who looks very skittish, coming towards you guys. And he goes,
Bull takes a drink without even thinking about it.
okay.
He
Anger
just grabs one of the glasses and downs it.
grabs one of the cups too. He's like, ugh. Set it back down. Can someone do something about my leg?
I'll take one of those, of course. Thank you.
As several of you are imbibing in the food and drink, you notice the speaker, who appears to be some sort of captain of some sort, nods to the Draken, who walks towards the front doors.
All right.
And then out of view.
See, I think this is all very sus, but naive
We
little
don't have a
Emery is like, people are good. This isn't going to end up bad. I trust your word.
I just assume out of hand that as soon as we leave the facility, they're going to try to kill us.
One thing I'm just going to delete this. Delete
Everybody's trying to kill us.
your little blocky hidey sight thing as you guys move out of the elevator and take some of this food. One thing that you notice, Wretch, kind of walking out, is that the big door opens up, and then another big door leading outside opens up, and the Draken, as well as what looks to be some sort of humanoid, but strange in design, probably some sort of changed, leave the facility and take wing in a direction that's hard to tell from the interior of the facility.
All right.
Yeah, they're going to follow us.
Pretty sure.
They're already outside.
Does everyone eat?
I
Bull
did
just
not
had a
partake
drink.
because they had their food and drink, and there wasn't enough for all of us.
Oh, there's enough food and drink. It's just, but it's also it's meant as a show, right? So like, it's not like you guys should be gorging yourselves, right? So it's like, take a drink, set the cup down. Someone else will take a drink, set the cup down, sort of thing.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. I will. Sure. I'll have a piece of cheese.
How?
Just for you, there's a nice little slice of cheese in there. It's in like some sort of sack that's opened up. It appears it's got like some grease on the outside of it. Like maybe there were some laborers who brought it in and had nasty hands at some point or another.
Sure, yours is no good, but
Uh-huh.
you get.
A couple of the guards, you're gonna really just let them leave like that? Well, judging by what the others said, they're all killers. They're wanted enough. They'll be wanted enough. Besides, she pats one on the back. It's made your job easier. As you guys start heading out, you see that there's a whole row of archers on the top walkway as well with flat bows.
As we're approaching the entrance, I say just loud enough for the party to hear that as soon as we get out of the gate, we have to take off sprinting, basically.
Okay. So where are you guys now? Are you guys out of the to say something like that? You're in if you're where you guys literally are on the map right now. That's within proximity of a bunch of folks.
Well, then I guess I'll wait till we're into this antechamber or whatever.
Into this room.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep the dwarf with us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming that you have him like this with like your sword out or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
would be appropriate.
So
All the party.
back into the city. I don't. So we'll keep going, I guess, right? I mean,
Okay. Yeah, outside you see that the wind is howling and whipping up here. It even appears that there's the snow that you see is actually from the mountaintops coming down, being blown across the way. It's not like it's actively snowing outside or anything like that, but it's still frigid. Frigid. Out on the top, you
So-
do see another elevator causeway right here, and the giant lumbers up to you guys from behind, and then past you.
All right.
From here, no, whatever. He goes over to the operating mechanism and drives the platform up to you guys, but it does take some time. Probably about 3 agonizing minutes pass as you guys wait for the
I'm gonna huddle kind of by this wall because it's cold.
Looking out from here, you guys can see that that this whole facility has very little like prominent like if you were in
Features?
town and looking at it, you wouldn't really see much. There's just a mining shaft that it's like the great gates are set back far enough that all anyone would see is that this basically this elevator that goes up and down. From what you can see down below is there is a railway with essentially a railroad that carts are pulled along, and this is just one stop for carts that take that path, so to speak. But that would be considered, relatively speaking, the town.
All right.
You guys all made. I'm assuming yours are all out and on the escarpment.
I'm waiting right at the entrance for the elevator.
Okay.
Once it gets close, I'll start to hobble up.
While
Okay.
I'm standing here, how can I tell how far down it is?
It is probably, I want to say like a 500 to 800 feet.
Not that far. We could just jump.
I
Yeah, might as well, honestly.
mean, minimum damage is 80.
That's fine.
Yeah. I'll hold
Wretch
my
can
shield
heal
over my
that.
head like a
40
parachute.
for Wretch, yeah.
I've got feather fall.
Sure.
Wretch
I
kinda
could, like-
does. He's got Comet Fall.
I've got a siege weapon. You know, my sword can cut through stone, so I'll just like a pirate going down the sail, but 500 feet down a mountain.
So you just have to blow a story point every 6 seconds.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
It's too good. It just cuts through it like freaking butter.
Just like a King Kong versus Godzilla thing, you're just gonna shoot straight through.
It's one of the things where
Whole planet.
the wall isn't exactly straight, so like you cut and then like there's like this gap where there's like a 20-foot distance between like from straight down to where like the actual wall is horizontally. Anyways, the platform makes it to you guys just barely off in the distance. To the trained eye, someone might be able to make out small flying figures.
Whatever could that be?
Maybe it's just birds, right?
They're going to follow us and figure out where we're going in Lemoore. I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But I'd do the same if I was them.
what do you do?
Go down.
Wait for the elevator.
Take
You
the
get-
elevator
you
with our
get-
dwarf friend in
I-
hand.
Yeah, I go down. I huddle as close to Bull as I can, just to block myself from the wind without him noticing.
as, you guys,
Bull jumps and just gets ready for a superhero landing.
as you guys hop on, so there's actually, if you look at how that like middle, there is a notch carved out of the mountainside, so that way the shit isn't being blown right off the side of this thing, so to speak. There's once again a toggle switch that you have to bap, and the hill giant just kind of sits there for a moment, and then looks up at his little prompt, and then starts turning his great wheel. Clinkety, 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 clink. You guys start slowly but surely heading down.
Yay!
Yeah. A minute goes by, and you guys are probably about 100 feet down. Another minute goes by, another 100 feet.
How's your healing doing, buddy? Are you able to do any more out of curiosity, or?
Probably. Looks at the DM.
Did that spell go exnate on you, or is it just, I thought it was increased one difficulty?
What do you mean? Like, yeah, I can cast my spells. I just didn't know if it was like a moment that I should be doing that, or if it's kind of a frowned upon.
No, you can't.
Okay. You know, I don't want to be that healer that's like, all right, so we stop in the hallway and we all wait around and full heal. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh wait. So your spell is in combat or on a short rest, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I would. Yeah. I would say between the time that you guys had downstairs to regroup and this time, I would allow you guys to take a short rest, but I'm going to add a difficulty die to it, specifically because of the stress of the situation and the time frame. So I would allow you to do your spell for a short rest on her, but it's going to be increased base difficulty too.
I accept your proposition.
Okay.
I took the health potion because I left a health potion down there. Somebody grabbed it.
I
Did you
took
use
it.
it?
I did.
All right. So you guys
I'm
all
still
get
at 10 of 15.
So you guys all get the benefit of a short rest, but add a purple and black die, the black die from your not getting a full night's rest the night before, to your rolls and subtract the difference.
What am I rolling?
For strain, it's a discipline check, and for healing, it depends on whether or not you want someone else to heal you for you, or if you want to do a medicine check on yourself.
Would you consider us out in nature?
No. No.
Okay. Because I can use survival if I'm out in nature. But
Nope.
okay. Figured I'd
All right.
ask.
Yep.
So I need a hard check rolled against me. I got 4 and 2 on the heal check on Emery.
Hard.
Yeah.
I got 4 and 1.
You got 4 and what?
1.
All right. Yeah. So I just point at Emery and I go, nothing.
Nothing. That's okay, buddy. I know I've asked for a lot today.
Yeah, you're kind of held together by bubblegum at this point.
I kind of like need a nap.
Anyone else doing a medicine check? So the base difficulty on the medicine check would be average right now, with a black setback die due to the not sleeping.
So I got 1 net success on my strain restoration.
Same.
Yeah.
I also did. So I netted a -1 strain because I attempted to heal somebody, failed, and then.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's okay. It's just your fault.
It is.
I'm gonna roll
So
myself.
squishy.
Wait, Emery, you have a very high very high end. Could you roll a medicine check for me?
Can I do a medicine check for more than just myself? Can I do
Yep.
it for him
You
and
can do it.
myself?
Yep.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'll do it for Ilya first. I need new green dice.
Yes.
5 advantage.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
question.
He recovers a strain as you
You
poke
get an
him.
extra strain, buddy. I'm so sorry.
Thanks.
Keep in mind that you cannot do a medicine check on yourself because
Okay.
Wretch did a medicine check on you using his magic.
And I
his takes the
fail.
place of it.
Oh, you good baby.
Okay. Is there
And
anybody
I
else who wants
failed.
me, the failure, to try to do a medicine check on anyone else?
Do you have a medicine kit?
No.
Okay. I rolled as if you did not.
I have a fanny pack.
That's not a medicine kit. It could contain a medicine kit, but that's not
It's got
one.
band-aids and chapstick in there.
Yeah, I have like a survival kit.
Yeah, nope. All right.
Not the same.
No one else? Going once, going twice. Okay. Strangely enough, you guys go unmolested down the elevator and make it to the ground floor. Looking out, there is a busy, industrious path here. And it looks like most of the carts that are being used for pulling or for moving materials here are actually hand crank, right? So it's like those guys with the pumps or whatever, and it's tethered to whatever other carts they need to pull materials.
So we should get out of here as quickly as we can.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys are trying to move quickly or stealthily? Or both?
Quickly.
Yeah, stealth. No go stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the flying things can see
So
us.
this is an industrial area just in front of their facility.
Yes.
And it looks to be tied to that facility, right?
Right now you are. Well, no. This is a general path. This one is like a. It's a road for freight, right? So it has
Okay.
many stops along. And this is.
I'm
one
gonna keep my
unmarked.
hand on the. Sorry. I'm gonna keep my hand on the dwarf, but maybe put my sword away and just lean in close, like. I'll put. How do I put this? Leaning close to him in a calm voice and say that I don't think the sword's necessary anymore, but they are following us, and I don't want to die any more than you do.
Okay. I mean, if someone could just look at my foot for a moment, it's really bad. I think it's
Okay.
broken.
Okay.
I've got some herbs of healing, right? That
I'm gonna magic him.
Oh, never
I'm gonna
mind.
do it.
So Bull literally looks at his foot and goes, "Yep, it's fucked up."
That they're a bad foot. And then for your guys' information, you guys are right about this weird green blobby shit that I just did.
Yeah.
So do we want to take Wyland back right away, or where are we going?
Let me just. So what you're saying is, in this whole area here, we need to avoid for the rest of time. We are the north part of the city is basically like a no-go zone. We have enemy. We're great
We're
at
just
this.
really good, okay? We are good at this.
I mean, 11 that's technically Agathis, which is a city beyond the city. That's run by dwarves. But yeah, I mean, they're up in this general area. You guys
I thought the
hit
office is.
hit a penthouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought the penthouse was 11. Sorry. But yeah. Okay.
So we need
Oh
to
shit!
get
That
back
actually
to.
reminds me. This should actually be over here. Sorry. Doesn't change too much.
That's fine.
So we need to get back to A and B Corp, right?
No, Wyland is,
This was A and B Corp.
yeah.
Ah, okay. So then it's ammo we need to get to.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
Where does Wyland have to go? Because we actually don't have to take him back to ammo.
No, the
Because
science
we're just-
D&D.
You guys have a
Well-
contract currently as it stands to either let Romaniel examine Wyland, or pending that you don't do that, you have a obligation to stand in for him at the soul grinder. Sorry, at the ore grinder. Slag grinder, to basically do a fight to the death for him.
And we eventually have to get him back to his wife.
I mean, do we need to tote this dwarf around anymore? Are we just...
I would feel better.
At least until we make it a ways away.
Hey! You guys said that you'd let me free.
Right.
Yes, we will when we are a safe distance where we know
No!
we're not going to get ganked.
No! I saw you. You obeyed by the laws of chivalry. I'm free. They let you out of their facility. This here, he puts his foot up. No. This is public grounds right here.
Yeah, well, he invoked the laws of chivalry, and we did promise.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay,
But-
bye.
Our terms are also a reasonable distance.
Unmolested
Ilya-
back into the city.
Ilya did say a reasonable distance.
She reiterated, if we let you off of our property back into the city, you will let him go.
Well,
Without
okay,
being
yeah,
damaged.
in that case, I'm going to let
Are
him
we
go.
back into the city?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to let him go.
Yeah, he's basically saying the elevator is where their property line is for this facility.
Well, and Wyland's not, like, hurt, right? He's...
Well, he's missing
No.
half his body.
Yes, but, like,
His
when
feet don't hurt
Wretch
anymore.
tried to heal him, there wasn't, like, wounds to heal.
If he was a centaur, he can no longer poop or pee.
He's stable. He is
Yeah,
currently
I mean-
stable. He's slightly feverish from.
Stable? Okay, sorry.
He was in the stable, not anymore.
Well, cheer up, Wyland. You're saving on horseshoes.
Or
Everyone
shoes,
here is
period.
terrible
That's
besides
going to
me.
be an even worse comment once you hear about the history of horseshoes for these people.
All right.
Well, I think it's funny.
Well, maybe if we can get into a more crowded area of town near ammo, and maybe we can just talk together for a second. You know? What about is the other guy still unconscious, the lizard man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll keep carting him around, I guess, huh?
Alright, move at a good speed towards ammo then. Is that what we're doing?
I think we should also be making consistent head checks.
Consistent what?
Head checks?
Oh.
So look behind us, look around us.
Okay. I'll allow you guys to either give me athletics checks or streetwise checks, but
Shara.
if you guys do athletics checks, give me someone can give me a streetwise check. Whoever's leading. So you guys need to determine who's leading.
Probably the lady not carrying a body.
Alright. You said streetwise?
Yes.
I don't think I'm very good at that, but I'm not bad. I'll do it.
What are you good at?
Thinking, but only sometimes. 3 success, 2 advantage.
Okay.
I'm good at running away from a fight.
All right.
And then I need everyone to give me athletics checks.
Doing 2.
Ooh, 2 and 4.
Four.
Okay. Emery?
3 and 2.
3 and 2.
Well, you want me to do an athletics check too? I thought you wanted me to do this.
I wanted someone's got to lead, but you all have to run unless you
Oh,
find
I'm
anything
sorry.
deeper.
Okay, 2 advantage, that's it. Because I have 1 brawn right now.
Okay. Ironically enough, it is Emery who needs help along hill.
I'm like in the back, like, and then take a left next! Oh,
sorry,
God.
and Ilya. Yeah, Ilya and the 2 people who aren't carrying people are the 2 that are breathless.
So Bull sees Emery falling behind and just kind of like picks her up like you would a child in one hand.
Okay. If you're going to assist her along, so up to 4 strain needs to be spent amongst the 4 of you.
I'll spend mine.
I have strain.
I have strain to spare.
Sounds like we're all spending 1, except for is Bull about to pass out?
I'll spend 2.
No, I gave him a potion.
No, I can spend a strain.
All right, I'll spend 1.
Okay.
Moving back and around in the city right now, you're in a very, very high place, and you're able to, Emery, look down and see the movements of the facility. One thing that you notice is that one of the things that you surmise is that one of the flyers was headed towards the tabernacle. That is where the harvesters are based out of, and they are the enforcers of the city. So you kind of like, you're trying to avoid the Onyx, who are in the seedier areas of the city, and the harvesters, who run the kind of the above board sort of things. And so as you move, I need you to give me another streetwise check here, and then I'm gonna have you guys all give me another athletics check.
Streetwise first.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2.
Wow.
1 and 2? Okay. And then I need athletics check.
1 and 3.
3 and 1.
Success.
5 and 1.
Hold on.
Oh.
3 and 1.
These hooves are made for walking.
What was that, Bull?
5 and 1.
5 and 1. Okay. With your extra tenacity and pure strength, you managed to help carry everyone along. I do need 4 total more strain to be suffered from the party, though. You get a little bit unsure of yourself in the direction that you are heading, and unfortunately,
Are we all spending 1? Otherwise, I will spend 2 if somebody else wants to split the other 2.
I'll take 2. Like, I'm fine on strain right now.
Okay.
Emery, you decide eventually that because you're still not familiar with this city, you've only been here like twice. You're like, we got to get to Romagno and ammo, and you sacrifice incognito-ness or whatever for speed, because you do notice that you guys are kind of like trying to stick to the major thoroughfares instead of the back alleys because you know the Onyx are after you. Whether or not the Harvesters are after you yet remains to be seen. And so you guys make it to ammo, but you guys like take some major thoroughfares to get to the facility. And there is a crowd at the front door. What do you guys do?
Just charge through.
Wylan, a moment before we go inside, we do have to talk to you, if that's all right.
Okay,
Let's at least get inside the building.
I'm gonna have we're gonna go with what Bull was doing then.
Okay.
So give me a coercion check, Bull, as you try to press through the masses of the people waiting on this late morning.
Ooh. Everyone?
No, just Bull.
Okay.
As he's carrying someone on his
2
back,
and 1.
under his arm. 2 and 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
You give a bit of a trump, a bit of a nostril
grunt.
flare. Take one strain as you're like trying to catch your breath and steel yourself, and the crowd parts in front of you. And the fact that there's like several wounded hanging off of you guys. You guys got weapons that are still slick with blood as you come in. There's still that Noel who helped you guys before and goes, he kind of looks around frantically and he goes, oh, over here, I suppose. He goes, and he like runs over and there's a side door that he kind of opens up a moment and he goes, excuse me, and he like starts whispering someone and he goes, shh, 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 shh. And you see a couple people getting shushed, like rushed out of a room as he opens up the door for you guys. He goes, okay, still need eyes on you. And he's gesturing for you guys to like get in this room on this side.
All right.
Bull just continues without stopping right through the door. Like through the crowd, through the door, through the wall.
I'll assume that was satire. Anyways, so you guys, there's a room with 3 chairs, 2 on one side, 1 on the other, and a desk. And there are 6 of you getting hauled into this space.
Well, 5.5.
That is good old.
Key.
What is your name, dude?
At least your knees don't hurt, eh, Wayland?
Bert.
Are your legs tired, Wyland? We've been running a while.
Please don't say any
Look
of
like
these
you lost
things.
some weight, buddy. You know, we witnessed some abject horrors getting this guy free, so I feel like we're okay making jokes at the expense of his trauma.
Yeah.
If he's even still conscious.
He's barely responding. It seems like the crisp air maybe it stirred him a little bit, and he kind of looks up a little bit. His eyes kind of rolling up in his head, and he goes, "It's good to hear laughter again." And the Knoll who comes back into the room and goes, all right. It looks like you have a whole slew of stuff going on, but I assume you're here to talk to Romania.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm. It's gonna take a bit, but I'll figure something out. And next time, could you don't come in like this? You're gonna scare away customers.
You know,
Shut the door.
You're a hospital, aren't you?
we were sent on a very, very dangerous mission, and sometimes you get dirty. I think it shows off your company's can-do attitude.
Wyland, are you awake? Are you there? Just need to.
What?
So, who was it, Reg, that was looking for him?
His wife?
His mom and dad. I mean, really, the whole
Wait,
family.
Mylan's mom and dad?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the Bucklands?
The Buckums. Buckham.
Okay. I was trying to think of the region outside of the forest where they were.
Yeah,
But
Well, I know who's not doing any more bucking.
Danny and Elsa were the parents. He had like 10 brothers and sisters.
Well, the Buckums sent us all this way to look for you. I don't know, your parents?
Recognition comes across his face, and a sad smile opens on his face, and a tear kind of falls down his cheek. And he's speaking in primitive, by the way.
Oh.
You were a lot harder to find than we had thought you would be. And we had to make some deals with ammo, you understand, to try to figure out even how to get to you. But we got you out. The deal is we had to make a contract, okay? And the contract had 2 options, both of which we're fine with, right, guys? We're fine with either way.
Yeah, we were chilling.
But they wanted to either be able to examine you, and I understand if that's a problem.
No.
Okay.
Not like what they were doing at A and B Corp, I can assure you.
As you say that, the door opens. And
Or-
standing in front of the door is a tall, broad-shouldered figure with a bald head and clean-shaven. And he just kind of looks at the crowd in front of the like in the way and in front of the table, and he just waits.
Or we'll just have to do a bit more fighting than we've already had to do. And then get out of this.
That's up to you. Is the key point here. And the only reason I agreed is because there was an option and that you wouldn't be forced into this if you didn't want it.
My arms are tired.
No, please, I just want to go home.
Well, in that case, we're going to be doing some extra fighting.
Should we at least see if they can take a look at him and make sure he's good to go?
Romaniel clears his throat, waiting for you guys to get out of his way.
Oh.
Um,
Out of his way of what? Does he want?
Just because
There's a lot of people in this little room.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're going to split the room, I guess.
He shuts the door behind him and makes his way over to the desk. He's got a folder underneath his arm. And he kind of sits it on the table for a moment. He clasps his hands behind his back, kind of looks from person to person to the limp figure Wretch is holding, kind of wrinkles an eyebrow. Kind of cocks his head at Wylan. Holds a seat, sits back down.
Wait, did we see any remains of the other people we let free on our way out? Or did they just
Remains?
disappear?
No.
Oh, we didn't see anything of the
No.
bug guy.
In fact, the door that was shimmed was busted open. But no, you guys didn't see like the people who else got free or didn't get corpseified or anything. Anyways, as Romaniel sits, kind of looks at you guys. So,
Well,
while you guys were off researching, I did a little bit of my own. I think it's safe to say taking a look at Wylan is probably off the table, seeing as, well, it's not really much of a subject anymore. But, on the other side, I do have to recoup my losses. You guys know that you are wanted in this city?
yeah. By the Onyx at the very least, and I'm sure that the Harvesters are going to be coming after us soon enough.
The Harvesters do have a bounty set on you
We're quite popular.
for breaking into an estate and murdering some folks.
Oh, wait, which time?
which time?
Well, we killed 2 Onyx in their penthouse, which I'm sure is illegal. It was incidental, though. And
Not our fault.
yeah, we didn't. We didn't have to. When we had to, we didn't want to. Is what I'm saying. They could have just, let us go, but I was gonna get tortured. Yeah. We've made enemies of the Onyx, and now enemies of A and B Corp. They're
But
kind of recognizable.
we do have the contract, right?
There's
And Bull's just looking at you guys like, what the fuck did you get me into?
Yeah, and not that guy.
the contract, the recall contract that the harvesters put on you guys is for those three, gesturing towards Ilya, Wretch, and Emery. 10 gold ahead.
Oh,
No, but I mean our contract. We signed the agreement.
The reason I bring up the recall bounty is because the slag grinder is ran by the harvesters. Now, I find it very difficult to believe you will be able to pursue a duel with the Harrower. At least as your party dynamics stand. So, that being said, it is the best outcome, I think, here for me. You will kill the Harrower at the slag grinder. But how you manage that is not my problem. I just figured it was worth mentioning that before you guys show up and all get detained, I get nothing out of this, that you will find it to be a bit of an obstacle alone just to show up and place a bid.
oh. So there's no bounty on our bull friend, but I don't want him to have to go along. Wait, what will it do for us to kill the Harrower? So that's fulfilling the contract.
That's what it will do. It'll fulfill the contract. You guys have gotten the information of where Wyling was and how to get in there, and were assisted to get into there on the promise that you guys will do this or allow Romanuel to examine the centaur, which he's at this point saying, you guys don't really have a centaur for me to examine anymore.
Right.
Well, if we
Hey,
got
that's
a
not our
horse-
fault.
Yeah. Oh, well, we did kill the A and B Corp top surgeon. At least that's what he appeared to be. Guy had
And
no
several
room.
other people.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you'd call them people anymore. We didn't kill scientists, so okay. But my question is, it's not your problem, but it's kind of your problem. So the Harrower, what does it do for you for us to kill him? I know we're going to do that. We're going to make that happen.
The Harrower is a what's the word that they use? Is a model. A and B Corp lofts the prestigiousness of their achievements. The Harrower is one of those achievements, and is a reigning elite fighter in the in the slag grinder. If you can slay him, it'll show that he is maybe not as optimal as some biomancers or artists would have others believe.
So
Kill
was he
him in the
created
ring?
by A and B Corp?
Sorry, there's two questions at once. Yes, kill him in the ring. That's legal. He's not going to ask you guys to do something illegal.
He was saying we couldn't go in, that he wants the Harrower killed, so I wasn't sure.
Well,
Gotcha.
we can't go in. Like, Wretch, Emery, and Ilya can't do it. So it's going to have to be Bull going alone, basically, to the slag grinder.
Speaking of which, what were you saying, Andrew?
Was it A and B Corp that created him?
A and B Corp funded the biomancy and performed the biomancy that made him as elite of a fighter as he is today. Now, keep in mind, he's presenting you guys with a problem, but you do, like, just because some of you might not necessarily be able to get in easily, you have met up with various people. Diala is, I know, a very, very prestigious glamour as a djinn. You guys know someone who makes very, very nice magical weapons who could potentially sponsor you guys. You guys know people like Wallaby who could stand in and help, depending on what kind of leverage and deals and stuff like that you guys are willing to make.
Well, we have to fight him one-on-one, though, don't we?
No. Not necessarily.
But could we?
Well, I'm just thinking that the obvious answer that isn't gonna... The obvious and simple answer is having Bull do it.
I'm not scarred.
I mean, I'm sure you're not. But... yeah...
Is there the option to do a one-on-one? Just so we know what our options are.
The serious demeanor of Romaniel cracks just slightly, and he kind of just does this. Pardon me. Yes, it is an option. Challenges. The code of challenges is as follows: if you challenge someone in the ring, and they are deemed of a lesser... if you challenge someone in the ring, they may request a second if they are deemed inferior. Alternatively, they may, if you were challenged, you may also request duel by... one second, I got it here. Slag grinder notes.
Yeah, I feel like the people who could get us in there with a glamour or something to that effect, they'd be likely to ask us for another.
Okay, so I'll just give you guys some of the rules here.
Yeah.
Matchmakings and earnings. So normally odds are decided in a precedent for organic fights. You guys aren't going to be doing an organic fight. Seers give odds. You guys don't need to know anything about that. Beasts are a flat rate. Okay. Open. Okay. Well, you guys don't need only that yet. If you do, be slain immediately before deathmatch. Okay.
If I beat him solo, would I make at least 500 silver?
So, 1 second. Names are drawn randomly, but if the odds are too stacked, the underlying can call on a partner. If the partner refuses, the fight is canceled. A challenge can be made, but the challenged can request a Winterland duel, which is a contest by who can kill the most monsters. And so that's all for fights to the death, right? Like, you can be like if someone's like really, really tough and they're like, I want to fucking kill you, and you're like, oh shit, you can be like, I need a buddy, and if your buddies are like, everyone's like, no, right? Then you can cancel the fight. Otherwise, if you are challenged, the fight cancels only for a random draw, but if someone does challenge you, you can do the contest by Winterland duels, which is killing monsters instead. And the odds for how much money you can make for a fight, Andrew, is it varies, but yeah, 500 silver for this particular individual would not be a challenge necessarily.
Well, we can come up with a plan.
Yeah,
Make that work.
Well, the
Get
trouble,
me full health and full strain, and I'll just go in.
Oh, smash!
I mean, we could ask Wallaby to help you, but
Yeah, you make 10% of pot in the deathmatch. Sorry.
Like, Wallabies would. I don't even know if he could be sober to be able to fight.
Well, there's other ways he could help us, like sneaking the party in somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, I think talking to Wallabies is probably a good idea in this case, given a good place to start anyway.
So what can we... Anything we can do about that bounty on our heads?
How specific was the bounty? Like,
The bounty was dead or alive for the recall.
dead or
Ah.
alive?
Sorry, the bounty was alive for the
Alive.
recall. Because they're going to throw you into the slide grinder pits, generally speaking.
Mm.
Let me take a look here quick, just double check.
Well, if they're gonna throw us in anyway. No.
Can we kill for our freedom? We're gonna kill him.
Yep, it's 10 gold per head. Returned to the tabernacle.
Is about 1,000.
So can we just like pull a Skyrim and just kill every single guard so there's nobody to arrest us?
So here's the thing. You guys were briefly there when someone got recalled. Recalling is a bounty hunter contract, which means that it's not just the harvesters that have an opportunity to take part in it. Harvesters just have the first opportunity. This one hasn't been made public yet. Romanuel says.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
What about like
I mean,
how? Are there pictures? Like, how much do they
Yeah.
look like us?
It's pretty good, actually. It's a pretty good rendition. It even has baubles in your horns.
This is pretty good. Oh, that's kind of flattering,
I want that
actually.
one.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, looking for a rat and paladin and Wooland?
Yeah.
Emery's Grace?
Yep.
Yeah,
Wooland?
Moland. Yeah.
Suggestion:
Yes.
Bull just out of the blue just goes, I have an idea.
Yes, sir.
None of them know who I am.
Uh-huh.
Tie your hands and let me escort you.
We would still get thrown into the slag grinder pits, and they would probably figure out pretty quickly that we're
No. Not escort you to the slag grinder. I can just pretend I'm escorting you anywhere.
That's fair. But it'll still draw a lot of attention to us. And I mean, what's exactly stopping a bounty hunter from, once our hands are tied and we can't access our weapons, which we need for killing, what's stopping another bounty hunter from ambushing you, other than the fact that you're Bull?
Well, you don't literally tie your hands.
I suppose, Emery, you could have like a quick release mechanism so it just looks like our hands are tied.
True.
But it will also draw a lot of attention to us.
Listen, I understand you have a lot on your plate currently, but let's be clear. I have no intention in collaborating with you more than I have below the board.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going to need to settle this elsewhere.
Of course.
Do know that as it stands, you have not fulfilled your part of the bargain according to my contract.
Mhm.
And if it stays, which at this point you have one Twillet from now to finish, if at that point your part of the contract has not been finished, I will report to you on behalf of Ammo as well.
Right. we're going to fulfill our contract.
Yes.
Just discussing how best to do that.
And this is not going to be through. So, and this will be done through the execution of the heir.
Yes.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing about it. If you may.
So,
He kind of gestures towards the door.
just one more quick question on how this works, Josh. If we, as a party, challenge the harrower and we win, does that clear our bounty?
No, that has
Okay.
nothing to do with the bounty.
Bounty's just making it complicated.
Yeah. You guys are wanted for. Sorry, these three are wanted for murdering people in a estate. It just happens to be ran. The bounty just happens to be at the same place that runs the slag grinder.
How much gold you guys got left? Can you just pay your bounties?
I don't think that's how it works.
I think they want us.
Yeah, they want blood.
They want you dead. Dead.
Yeah.
In order to find that out, you'd have to go to the tabernacle.
Well, they're taking us to the tabernacle. They're pretty much going to take us to the slag grinder after that. Who knows how we're supposed to get out of it?
First things first, we have to leave here. And I think maybe if we go talk to Wallaby, he can at least either help this one find his way home, or help us fight this fight at the slag grinder before we go help him. Hopefully.
All right, to Australia we go.
Hold on.
So
This
you guys are ushered out of the facility to have your conversation in the streets.
Yeah.
So do I still have that? Yeah, I should still have that bird headdress though, right?
You have your bird headdress, yes.
And wasn't part of that one of its abilities was to use his cloak?
It has cloaking features. And while you guys talk about this stuff, although, by the way, when I give you guys stuff, I don't write down the specifics on what it does. It's up to you guys to do that.
Oh, yeah, I wrote it down. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to go grab a drink real quick. I'll be right back. You guys can check what you're
use the
doing
bathroom.
next.
Be right
All right,
back.
guys. While the DM's gone,
Yep.
Yeah.
all right. So should we just pack up and head towards Wallaby when Josh gets back?
Yeah.
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 I don't think we have much other choice.
What
And
does?
what are we going to do with the lizard man and half man?
Well, the half man we have to take with us because he's still part of our mission. He
just
technically
needs-
didn't have anything to do with ammo.
He just needs to get back home, which I was thinking we could either be like, Wallaby, can you take him back to his family real quick? Or, I mean, we have until next Twillet. So we could...
I don't. Where is his family, in the town or is it somewhere else?
It's north of the forest, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a ways out, like between the city and the forest, I think. But let me... like the farm, like there's the Bushman Farms on the map. It says number 1 is the farms, like the. But is that the same, or were they the Buckums? It's different, right?
Bushman Farms is the major corporation that runs the... It's like Monsanto for Lemoore.
Okay, so that's not the same as the Buckums.
Now, the Buckums, if you guys want me to...
Yeah, we were just wondering how far.
Look,
Buckums are
not that
about
far.
1 day on foot, about 2 days away.
And how?
Actually, closer to like 3 days, 3 or 4 days, because there's no decent roads.
And how long is a toilet? Or a half toilet? How long did we have?
20 days.
How, do we have 20 days, or is it like, when's the next toilet?
Let me take a look at. Are you guys asking about for what's his face?
For the
Our time frame.
Yeah, let me take a look specifically because I was kind of.
I think he said the next toilet.
Yeah, but if the next, it's an event on
The
the
next
calendar.
toilet could be tomorrow.
Yeah. Because it's like,
No,
it's something
you
that
guys just
happens
had-
every 20 days. It doesn't necessarily mean we have 20 days to do it.
Yeah.
Just so
That's what
you
I
guys
assumed.
know, today is a toilet. Like literally the day that you guys are on right now.
So,
Okay, so in 20
ironically,
days.
we do. Okay.
By the 16th toilet, you guys are on the 15th toilet right now. So you have 20 days exactly.
Okay.
That gives
We've
us
got,
prep time.
yeah, run him out there and back. Maybe let the city cool down a little bit. Maybe we should just go right from ammo to take him back to the Buckums, or at least get out of town and camp for the night.
If we get the longer we spend away from the city before taking care of this contract, the more likely that bounty becomes public and it'll get twice as hard to get back into the city.
That's true.
And we, I mean,
Keep in
I would
mind,
rather
right now, based off of the wording, which I'm going to stop trying to give you guys these hints as a DM. I feel conflicted about it. But so far, you have a bounty on you. 3 of you, the Onyx Estate. This has nothing to do with what just happened.
Yeah, but we have to take care of the contract.
Correct. I was just saying, like, if you're talking about if things could get worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, we agreed we're going to go talk to Wallaby.
And find a way, even if we just have to pay for housing for Wyland. Even if we have to just pay for housing for him until we can get this sorted out. But the very
What about
first thing
Lizard Man? Are we just gonna put the Lizard Man somewhere in the gutter along the way?
No. I mean, we could take care of him too.
I mean, when he comes to, we can ask him where he lives, but in the meantime, I don't feel comfortable leaving him anywhere, you know? Like,
No, definitely we're not going to do that. Yeah, even if we can just get housing or like an inn for them to stay for a couple days, because if we could go to the slide grinder and take care of it right now, that would be preferable, but we do need some kind of plan. So I think, like Emery said, we will head to Wallaby.
Okay. You guys make your way towards the Scarab.
mhm.
From here to there, you go through some of the seedier parts of town. In order to avoid the Onyx, I need someone to do a streetwise check.
That's still me.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's me.
Come on, Mallory.
1
Or
and
not
2.
Mallory. Damn it.
Emery.
I rolled 2 threat.
Alright, I succeeded.
That would have been a combat.
bet.
You guys find your way into the slums, and luckily you don't have too far to go before you enter Natari territory, which is the bug people. As you guys move through this area, the slums, you eventually come to the scare. Or at least to one of the portholes that you guys used to get into it before. However, the guards check you at the door, folding their arms and stopping in the way. Now, we are told you 3 not to come in. So you 4 not to go in. One of them turns to leave. Goes,
Hold on.
Nope,
Maybe-
Bull is going through with this.
What did he ask?
if the sirens, if that was you guys, like from earlier.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
if we're causing trouble. Which, I mean, we are, so.
I
One
don't-
and
I
one.
wasn't There was one around here.
And I go, maybe? At the, a split second after his no.
And he goes, at least own up to it, big guy. You causing trouble around here? You got a lot of
No.
balls.
Wow. I don't know about around here.
In this case, it was trouble well deserved, if that's of any help. But
We just need to
why
talk
can't we
to
go
Wallaby.
inside?
Trouble well earned is best found. What was he say? Trouble well deserved is really only someone is really a subjective matter, isn't it? One of the other bugmen, the detective, comes back and speaks more in their clicking tongue to him. Where he turns, kind of nods his head along, looks back and goes, Vivigene says, you guys caused trouble, you kicked the wrong nest. This isn't safe for us to let you in.
Hold on. The reason that we kicked up trouble was for Vivigeni. We put our lives at risk for his sake. We did not kick a nest without his endorsement.
Excuse me. Whose nest did you kick that you have Vivigene's permission?
We were told.
The Onyx.
Yeah, we were told to go up to that penthouse. We were told.
That's not the point in question. The sirens.
Yeah,
Wait.
he's talking about
A and
ammo.
B.
Oh.
Yeah, the other one.
How could they possibly know about that?
Look at you flip your mouth around like you know what's going on. The corporations don't care about gang-on-gang violence. But you...
Oh, okay. No, I was confused as a player.
You messed with the money. You messed with the powers. They'll come down here, they'll kick open our door.
Well, sometimes you need to act dangerously for the sake of principle. We rescued somebody in an unfortunate situation. Maybe you might not know something about that.
Yeah. Well, Vivigeni wants to look after me and after La Shiva over here. And gesturing towards his buddy.
And Bull just kind of...
We don't owe you it. We don't owe you safe haven. And it wouldn't be safe haven. What was that?
Bull leans forward to get down to their level, and he's just like, Wallaby, now.
Aye. We can throw his drunk ass out. One of the bug people goes back into the space.
So those sirens were all over town? That wasn't just a warning at E and B Corp?
Apparently.
You weren't outside. Couldn't hear what it was doing.
That's very true.
Is it very true? Feels false.
We don't know that, do we? We don't know if there were sirens.
I spent a story point to say there were no sirens outside.
Jedi mind trick on the DM.
Pieces of shit just making things up.
If a siren sounds, no PCs are around to hear it. Does it actually make a noise?
There was a really loud bang the entire time the siren was going off, so nobody could hear it.
It doesn't make sense to me as Ilya that they would have sirens going off in town.
If it's treated as a prison, maybe.
Yeah, give me a knowledge people check.
Oh, I was gonna do an interpretation check to see if he's bullshitting us.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
See if what he's saying actually does make sense. 3.
Yeah, so it does make sense. It's not like there were sirens all over town. It's more like the siren could be heard from town.
Ah.
Because
No,
you know
hold
what I
on. The trouble...
I spent a story point to say there was a thunderstorm going on, which muted the noise of the siren.
Oh, well, everybody got one of those text notifications, like an Amber Alert. Okay. But
Because
there's not like
that's how the backup arrived, like the pursuers and stuff.
Yeah, we should have killed that guy who was running.
What guy?
As you guys tap your foot and pace nervously, they haul Wallaby out, and he kind of like, hey. That's silk under there. And puts it like shuffles his leather jacket over his. He's got like a really really weirdly nice shirt, but like a very hardy leather jacket over the top of it. Kind of, well, good to see you guys again. Oh man, I've been hearing things around here lately. Anyways,
Your ears ringing?
shall we shally forth? It's a eerie bright morning. Ugh.
That might just be the liquor, Wallaby.
Nothing like
It's
a pair of the
actually
dog.
nice.
You got a good point. Nothing like a pair of the dog. You got a good point. And he takes another sip just to get rid of his hangover.
So,
So,
go ahead.
so Wallaby, we rescued Wyland, or half of him. Some pretty nightmarish things going on at A&B Corp that we discovered, and for the time being, I think I remedied some of it. So multiple questions. First and most pressing one is, can you get Wyland home? Second, do you know of a way to get us into the slag grinder without being... That's what I'm looking for. Not spotted.
Recognized?
Without us getting made. Third, do you know of a dragon who may have a grandson that very recently retired from a position at A&B Corp?
Kind of goes, breakfast.
Breakfast.
Breakfast?
You know where to get breakfast without getting killed?
There is a wonderful place. In fact, I vaguely recall setting up Wretch at one time or another. Perfect place. It's called the In and Out.
Hold on.
The matron of the joint, in fact, is rather partial to the Flotsham and the downtrodden. Would be very willing to help us out in this kind of situation, and makes a fine hollandaise sauce.
Just for your information, there is a 10 gold bounty on each of Emery, Wretch, and I's head. So
Yeah. Yep.
discretion is very important. If you can keep that in mind.
Well, let me lead the way. If there's, he kind of starts walking. He turns around. He's walking backwards, talking to you. If there's anything I've known in my world, it is do not get between Wallaby and an empty stomach. With an empty stomach and a full platter. And he leads you guys through town, and he seems to be like carrying on with a full voice, talking, and there's just this way about him that what's the phrase for it? Maybe it's maybe gay in the sense that like totally not worried about anything, and yet at the same time, it sounds like he seems to be leading you guys through areas of town where the noise seems to be blending with his voice and going back.
So overt that we're covert.
Yeah. Yep. And he's going through areas that, you know, there's steam vents that are obscuring your view, or people seem to be in a hustle. So there's a lot of people, but their heads are down. They're trying to go places, and he works his way through the city in a way that is quite baffling, but no one seems to have caught your tail or anything like that. And he finds his way all the way up and into the stilts and across some of these woody timbers to the doors of the In and Out. He raps a couple times, and before opening up the door and walking in. There
So
is
whereabouts is this? Are we still in the slums or are we somewhere else?
you guys are in like a slightly nicer area. Town. It's like medium slums now, so it's like kind of working class, so to speak. But you're out of the other area here. Let me go over to my notes here quick. So across the way, behind, I see like a small, a relatively small dining area. Across the way is a bar, and the bar is set into the wall. So it's like a bar and then an open gap, and then right above that is a more of the ceiling, which has a wraparound balcony for rooms, and the stair kind of curls down and around. And underneath, so behind the bar is a woman. She reminds me of, to me, it's what's that? Courage the Cowardly Dog, the grandma.
Muriel.
Muriel.
Yeah, but her name's Barrett, and she's a cream-colored half ogre female. That kind of like that horseshoe, scruffy white hair around the head.
Does she have the hair curl?
Yeah, the curlies. Yeah, exactly. The old lady curlies. Yeah, and she kind of looks up, and she's pretty beefy, right? But also kind of got some weight to her. And she looks over, and kind of a smile kind of starts to crack on her face, seeing Wretch come back to the establishment.
Hey.
Well, aren't you a shite for sure eyes? Baird, I have eyes for only you. She goes, knock off your yabbering, wallaby. She kind of just gives a head nod to Reg.
Aye.
But we're paying customers. There's gonna be food and drinks all around.
That's actually probably true. We're doing good on money right now.
You know where to sit. And always keep your spot open. Kind of wiping down. So she's actually reaching down, and she seems to have an oven mitt and opens up some large piece of steel and starts pokering something inside. What it'll be?
Food.
Breakfast.
Yeah, you guys all want food, hot food?
How much does it cost?
Hot food, I believe, is 2 silver.
Oh yeah,
All
we
right.
can do that.
Bull orders 2 servings.
Okay. So you guys all will heal 1 hit point today from the food itself.
Cool.
All right.
And as she comes out and sets the platters down, Waldy goes, and if you wouldn't mind, we tend to have a bit of a sensitive situation going on. She goes, you know the usual price. She walks out and she hangs a closed sign on the door. Shuts it. Wallaby kind of like looks into his pockets and goes, well, this is your adventure here. What do you... what did you say? Lend the doll 50 silver.
We can do
All
that.
right.
I'll take 15 of it.
I'll take the other 35. I'm rolling in it.
Sure.
Okay. So Wallaby starts eating, setting into eating. So, I can't carry Wyland. Can't do it. So we're gonna need some sort of bucket. But if you wanted to pay me, I could take Wyland all the way out to Buckham's. But that being said, I'm getting a bit antsy to go and find this Leanna shack. If we could go together, we could keep moseying, if you know what I mean. Now, on the note of getting out of here, usually I take the waves with all of Ivigeni, so we're gonna have to think of something different to get out of town if we need to get past those guards. You wouldn't happen to know any compatriots or made any friends with the Bushman farm individuals, do you?
We do.
Perfect.
Yeah, there was a guy who wanted our help on a more or less diplomatic mission to figure out how to get resources from the woods.
I believe his
Yeah.
name was Dante Ogilvy.
Dante sounds right, yeah.
You
Yeah,
also made friends with the Jonah Norman by healing his boule.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, his giant machine giraffe.
Yeah, the Buckums are actually more on neutral to good ground, unlike Bushman. Unlike almost every other faction in this city at the moment. Which
they
is
don't want to kill us.
part of our problem right now, Wyland. You see, we can't exactly leave until we fulfill our contract with Ammo that we kind of sort of got into to kind of sort of help get Wyland back.
I'm sorry. You owe Ammo?
Ammo gave us information on where Wyland was and a route to him in exchange for a small little thing of needing to kill the harrower.
Oh, I know that harrower. Oh, good guy.
Good guy.
Yeah, he really knows how to split those skulls down in the slag grinder. He's a really prominent figure. He's kind of had come up last turn, but anyone who's been around for over a turn, fighting in title fights is, well, I couldn't agree with him.
Well, we need to kill him.
Oh boy.
That's what Ammo wants us to do in exchange for the information we got from them. And
I mean, if you're Orange Hand, who am I to judge?
doesn't feel right to not fulfill our end at this point.
Yeah, we would get into somehow more trouble with the city if
Ash.
we did not fulfill that contract.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys kind of need some friends on your side. I kind of got thrown out by the Natari. I thought we were just getting right with things, so maybe you could tune me into that.
So, to get our friend Wyland, we had to go to A and B Corp, and we found ourselves in the basement, the R&D level, and we killed 2 of their pursuers. We killed a couple of their employees. We killed a Draken who referred to Grandma, which I can only assume is a dragon, because he was performing horrific experiments down there, and we had to make a death threat, basically, to get ourselves out of there, and A&B Corp found it very disagreeable. And so Vivigeni doesn't want to deal with that mess.
Yep. We need to go.
We need to go, but we haven't fulfilled our side of the things with
We have
We have
20 days.
Ammo. What do you mean we need to go?
So,
I say we need to get out of town, let things cool down for a while, and then try and figure it out.
But here's
I
the
want to
second
hear what
problem.
Wallaby has to say, though, first.
Go ahead.
he just starts shuffling more food into his mouth. He goes, so, it sounds like you've been moving up in the world and are now taking on the corporations themselves. Bold move. It's kind of getting away from the fringe territory, getting into a lockstead spot of public enemy number 1. You see, 10 gold, that's the prize money for bringing you in for what the Onyx need to talk to you about. And that is really just them pushing the pins and needles into the harvesters who have a position where you could arguably have been on the right with the Onyx. But you lack the paperwork that you're going to get from the bank to prove that the Onyx were doing anything wrong. So that price is going to go up because the corporations own the harvesters. Own them. So no longer are you going to be public enemy of the underground, but also the overground. And that's where I walk. That's where you walk on a day-to-day. So this is going to get a bit hairy. Soon. Now they're going to need to talk about what happened, move some pieces around, get the word out. But we should leave very soon. Very soon. Especially because of the other thing you mentioned that makes me more scared. I don't normally find myself wanting to run headlong into a war zone. But I would like to go back to the woodlands.
I mean, is there any reason we need to stay amiable with Lamore? Any reason at all that we need to be allowed back in?
They have
If we
resources
don't-
here.
But if we don't fill the contract,
If we don't fulfill the contract, it only vastly increases our danger. And with very powerful and violent enemies that we are making on an
yes, but
impressive rate.
I think that's kind of overshadowed by the trouble we're already in.
If you guys give me all give me a vigilance check or I'm trying to do, what would a recall check? Let me just see, what do you got over here?
Investigation, interpretation.
And Bull's like, because I can do without all these buildings.
Give me a knowledge nature. No.
Perception or sensing? No.
Just give me what's the vigilance willpower?
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me that or a cunning or a knowledge nature check.
Am I in my own native country, or have we decided Lamore is not?
You do get the benefits of that because of the topic at hand.
Knowledge nature?
Yeah.
That's an advantage.
Only that's only if you've got native citizen.
Oh.
4 and 3.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm doing one. I'm just figuring if it says upgrade the ability, do I change one of my greens into a yellow?
Yes.
I'm really bad at this, but if you absolutely want me to roll, I can.
Do it.
You don't have to.
I got 3 and 1.
Ratch is just eating. He doesn't need to think.
1 and 0.
Ilya makes a strange grunt at this news and continues eating.
Okay. Emery, something that occurs to you is that the feeling, the call, is present in the woodlands. In fact, that is very much so on the mind of Bull. Having someplace that is outside of that fever has its merits. And then obviously there's things like, if you want enchanted armor, you're not going to find it just under a stump.
Yeah, this is like the only city around here, right?
Yeah. This is the city state. Everything else is going to be a farm, village,
So also we have to consider that just because the enemies are from inside the city doesn't mean they can't leave the city and find us.
Yeah, spit in less numbers.
Yeah, but we already had an invisible bird after us, and that was a hell of a time, and that was one of them. Imagine if you know, we don't make enemies with ammo. We fulfill our contracts. They're a lot more likely to consider dealing with us in the future. There's no avoiding the fact that we have to deal with the Onyx, we have to deal with the bounty on our heads, and we have to deal with the A&B Corp. I don't also want to have to deal with ammo or not be able to work with them in the future.
Even if we fulfill our contract with ammo, the bounty on our heads are still going to be too great for us to do anything in town.
And that actually brings
Not
up another
necessarily.
point. I mean, they said that you didn't have a bounty on your head yet, Bull, but if this place is owned by the corporations, well, they know us, all four of us. Like
Yeah, so there's going to be a bounty on our heads bigger than we can do anything about.
yeah, and all of
Unless
us.
we can find evidence to suggest that, you know, we were in the right about the Onyx, which we could do inside the city. We have
But
to be
that's not going to help us at all.
Yeah, because the
A 10
bigger
gold bounty
issue
is not a big deal. The bounty that's about to be on our heads, once the news is made about us breaking into A&B Corp, is going to fuck us.
Yeah.
Which is what Wallaby just said. Think at least probably 100 gold coins per head at that point.
Yeah.
That's true.
So even if we fulfill our contract, we've still got that 100 gold coin bounty. Even if you guys get rid of the 10 gold bounty, we've still got 100 gold bounty on our head.
Yeah. So, Wallaby, you said that something about the last thing I mentioned about the Draken that I killed, and how that piqued your interest.
Yeah, yes. You see him kind of, he seems to, like, right himself in his chair a bit. And he swallows the food he's eating, and he kind of, like, cleans his mouth off a bit. He collects himself. He grabs his bottle, he takes a drink quick. He stoppers it, he sets it aside, and he collects himself once more. I have noticed something. I have noticed something in town over my turns here. What it was, can't quite put my finger on it. Collaboration, one might call it. A collaboration that has always vexed me. For the nature of the folks that collaborated, Onyx, Ammo, Mastercraft, Petrogovich Bank even, entities seemingly unrelated, coming together here and there, hinted at something that's I don't know the best way to put it, but the corporations that move this shitty, they are of staggering potency. And what I found is an underlying sense that they were cowed. Something in the mountain has bullied or perverted or abused the executives of this city. I have pondered on such things for a while with my background and collaborating with the other Aeswelu. I begin to suspect, especially I'm beginning to suspect that there's a Highland dragon at play. But
Dun, dun, dun.
tell me, what color were the scales of this creator? Creator is the name of the surgeons or the biomancers.
I don't think I remember that, or I
He's
paid
brown.
attention to it.
He had brown
Oh,
scales.
brown. He's brown.
It is my opinion that there must be a brown dragon hiding in the bowels of the mountain. You see, they flock to a place like this. They are attracted to the caustic exports of the city. The acids and the corrosive toxins. Makes only sense that somewhere in those abandoned mines lay some layer of the perfect environment for a brown dragon. Burrowers nature. Creatures of putridity incarnate.
Ha!
Sounds unpleasant.
So, whatever. So basically, we made an enemy of something extremely powerful, which is powerful enough to exert influence and control over extremely powerful people.
Yep.
Goodness.
And once that bigger bounty comes out, absolutely every single citizen in this town will be after us.
Well, not every single one. Actually,
We would be fighting every day we step out of the building.
yeah, huh?
All day.
What do you think we normally do?
You mean business as usual?
It hasn't been
Okay,
a great time for us, Bull.
Let's also consider the fact that of what that commander said as we were leaving to one of our guards is that we are killers, and that is our reputation now. Now, very, very scary, very powerful people want us dead, but there's going to be some intermediaries. So just not as many people as you're suggesting. Which is again why we want to at least make indifferent associates rather than
I have.
Give me
we
a
don't
street-
need to be
Okay.
giving.
Give me a
Let-
streetwise or a knowledge people check. All of you, if you want.
Okay, I had.
I just want to say one more thing to answer him real quick. Bull just looks at you. He's like, I was part of my country's elite military program. We need to get out of the city before that bounty hits, because the search is always the heaviest the first few days. They're going to be coming after us no matter what. But if we can let it cool down where they're only spending, half to a quarter of the resources trying to find us, then we can come back.
Yeah. I mean, if we also find out that if Grandma finds out and actually cares that that I brutally murdered her grandson, there's that.
All right, Sarah wanted to say something earlier.
I was just wondering. We're talking about we have to pay off. We have to fulfill our contract and all of this stuff. But he did mention that he needed to find a way to cut his losses. Do you think we'd be able to buy out of the contract with ammo instead of doing anything? Like, if we just offered him a sum of money, we have money, we don't have time. What if we try that and then we just get the heck out of town?
Bull's like, I am for whatever gets us out of town.
And
I think okay.
At least for now.
Did anyone roll 3 success or higher
5.
on
I rolled 2.
I forgot what you said the rolls were.
1 and 1.
Streetwise and what?
Knowledge people. Okay. Emery, something that occurs to you in your dealings with selling wolves and being amongst people for a while is understanding the human nature of survival versus, risk versus reward, right?
Mhm.
Higher bounties don't increase the volume of people who are going to attempt to kill you. What it does is it gets, like, a small bounty, big hunters aren't going to go for that. But little ones will. A big bounty will scare away the small fish, but it'll attract the sharks. And what makes this even worse is that the people who would be intimidated, now they actually, what makes the problem pretty bad is that they will sell the information to the bounty hunters. So you don't have to worry about everyone trying to kill you, but you do have to worry about people willing to earn a buck to run to the closest bounty hunter who is looking for you and say, I saw them here. So it's not like it's not like everyone's trying to kill you, but a lot of really high quality people are going to try to kill you, and a lot of other people are going to try to tell them where you are.
That's fair.
So yeah, so technically everybody on the street is still a threat of some sort.
Yeah.
That's a safe bet.
Yeah. I think it is wise to leave the city for now, but I do want to come back and finish that contract and find a way to take care of this.
What did everyone think about Emery's idea?
Do you think it would work? Like, is there a way for Emery to, like, do a knowledge people or a...
I'm sorry, what was your idea again?
Buy out the contract.
Yeah, try to buy out of the contract instead. Just offer them a sum of
Well,
money.
I don't have any money to put towards it,
I have a
so
lot.
that's up to you guys.
Yeah.
You can give me an interpretation check, but it's not gonna be. I mean, you don't have them right in front of you. You haven't.
No, I'm
We
just...
were there when this contract was signed, though.
For success.
It is possible, but you'd have to start off with you'd have to, like, come in strong and probably not haggle with it. And the thing is that you don't know how much money that would be. You rolled threat, by the way, too. So, like,
Okay.
you're going to have to just, like, it's going to be a yes or no thing when he hits the table. This is a very pristine guy. He's already made comments about not wanting to be seen with you guys more, not wanting to, like, finagle with this. He was like, I'll hear about it when this guy is dead, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's very proper. He keeps his shit together, and you guys are a mess, you know? Like,
Yeah.
he could
Maybe
be,
we
he could
could-
be willing to get a payoff, but it's going to be like, here's some money to pay us this off, yes or no, and then go, sort of thing.
I haven't
So-
been dealing with money long. I have 13 gold on me. That's just a little
So-
bit more than the bounty on just my head. So I don't know.
So if
that's-
everybody like pools their gold, save for like 1 or 2 gold coins, how much is there?
I have 15. Yeah, 15 gold.
So we're at 28.
I have 7 gold.
Yeah, so we barely have enough to cover the current bounty on our head, which if he valued this, if he valued what we're doing more than the bounty on our head and turning us in.
Now Bull's not quite sure, so he's just like, how much money is 30 gold?
Yeah, we have enough altogether, but at the same time, I think what Emery is saying is right, is that
I'm just talking about for the buyout. Like, is 30 gold coins a lot of money?
It's enough to live
Yeah.
off of for like 10 years.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
campaign's over.
Yeah.
Go buy a farm out in the
Yeah,
country.
from out in the middle of nowhere. Put down our swords. Hopefully a dragon doesn't come after us.
So I'm just speaking hypothetically. If we send Wallaby to talk to the guy at Ammo, and send him the roughly 30 gold coins we have, do you guys think that would be enough to at least get us some leeway, if not clear the contract?
I don't know. I think the way he just does not want to deal with us anymore until the harrower is dead, or he has to turn us in. I think at this point, because we have entangled him in some business. At this point,
I think if we had a sizable amount more than the bounties on our head, he might be swayed.
So
but
basically, right as things sit right now, we don't have a chance to buy him out.
I don't think so.
Emery was able to deduce that you can buy off the contract. You guys just don't know how much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to get everybody to think about, is do we currently have enough money to buy out the contract? Like, 30 gold is only what's on your guys' heads for the breaking and entering with a couple murders.
yeah,
Is he going to want more than that?
I'm guessing he would.
yeah.
So basically, we probably don't stand a chance of buying him out, and it
No,
would be
and
a
we-
waste of time,
We need
at
as
least
much,
for now.
yeah, because we need as much time. As much time needs to be spent getting towards a sure thing. Like, I think at this point, it is a good idea that we leave the city, get some resources, and find a way to fight our way back in and take care of some problems. Because there's probably somebody in the woodlands who
And
can get us.
if we make some friends out there, it might actually be somewhat easy to smuggle us back in.
Yeah. Smuggle us back in, kill the harrower. Do some corporate espionage. I mean, A and B Corp already wants us dead. The Onyx want us dead. The Natauri want nothing to do with us.
And I know the woods.
I am a lot more comfortable in the woods in general, despite the odd feelings I had last time I was there.
Oh, you're talking about the fevers?
Hell yeah, I had this. I don't eat meat, but I was still hungry for just meat, and we were all very irritable after being there for a while, right? Ugh.
Yeah.
You just have to stay in the clean areas.
Okay. Hope you can lead us to those.
I
Yeah, we
forget
have-
if I got messed up in the forest or not.
I think we all did at least one time.
We all had something a little strange. I got really messed up, I think. I think some other folks got less.
You turned into a crazed carnivore monster.
Yeah.
Well, me and my party wandered into, a deity on Earth that was feverish, and I don't know what happened after that.
Wow.
Yeah, I think, Wallaby, we concur that we need to get the hell out of Lemoore as soon as possible and regroup and try to figure out a way to take this ugly bag of snakes and lay it out straight.
Can we go to bed at some point?
It's morning.
Oh,
Let
God.
us
Spend all
walk.
night killing.
Let us walk for a day,
This is a
and then we'll sleep.
Oh wait, no, we already did a freaking short
Yeah, we
rest.
did a short rest while we were on our way out.
Still this hurt.
Well, if you guys would like, I could see if down at the Market Square if one of your friends is there. Otherwise, we'll have to see if we can trick our way past the guards.
I say, let's get out of town. We can sleep when we can
Yeah.
see green grass or trees again. Not this frickin' smog.
Yeah.
He's asking you guys, how are you planning? Like, okay,
Let's go to
now
the
what?
Buckums, yeah. Let's try
The-
to go
But
to
How are
how-
you planning
how are we
on
gonna get
getting
out of
town?
Friends
with-
at Bushman Farms?
With the bush. Sorry, when I said Buckham, I meant Bushman, and I will continue to just screw that up.
Okay. So
So try and trade a favor with them.
Yeah, so the Bushman Farms is more of like they're the manufacturing facility, and then farmers who are their associates will come in with their goods and either sell them at market or bring them into the place to get processed. So, are you guys going to go to like corporate Bushman Farms, or are you guys going to like have someone try to find either Dante? Well, Dante, won't be there because Dante is waiting for you guys to come back to his place, but Jonah Norman might be there. Like, do you guys want to see if you guys can get a note out to him? He's also, like, walking distance from the actual city gates, his farm.
Okay. Let's see if Jonah's over there, and if he's not, we could try to bribe some people to be like, this delivery needs to go to Jonah's. And put us in it. We're gonna get back in crates.
How'd that work out for us last time?
We should do something with the lizard man.
time.
We got where we needed to be.
Well,
yeah, I think we should try to...
This place might actually be a good place for him to wake up, but I don't know, Wretch, if you're able to jostle him awake, I don't want to startle him, but...
I roll to jostle!
Hey, use...
Jostling Wylan away?
No.
Sorry.
The lizard that's been literally sleeping in my arms.
At this point, yeah, he comes to. Well, I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
He kind of clutches at his chest, which had recently been opened. It's all angry and swollen. He clutches at it with his other hand, and his other hand, and his other hand.
What's your name?
Dino Aru, a small pego.
That's a long one.
Oh,
I don't think it's his name.
Oh no.
What language is he speaking, Josh?
yeah, so what languages do you guys speak?
I speak primitive and primordial.
I speak common and primordial.
Common and primitive.
I also speak profane.
So primitive.
On top of those.
Okay, primitive
three.
and primordial. If someone speaks primitive and primordial, you can go ahead and give me a knowledge people check to ascertain his language.
You have to have both of those?
That would be me. That'd be me or Sarah. Would native citizen come into play on this?
No, it will not. But you can.
Okay, so Sarah's probably got the better roll.
You can both
then.
roll because you both can try to understand them.
You got 4 and 1.
0 and 2.
You pick up a little bit on. So Emery only picks up a bit on his speech patterns, and you can get some of the underlying tones of it, and it's very different than the speeches of the Woolen that you're familiar with. But you got basically, where am I? What's going on?
You're in Lemoore. I kind of speak brokenly, try to speak back to him.
Yeah.
Do you remember coming here?
Tuana Squalo, Bear Stuta. He remembers a journey up the river.
Okay.
Boy.
She has a name.
I don't remember.
Muriel.
Muriel?
It's Farron. It's Farron.
Should just be Muriel. That's easier. No. Do you know anyone? I don't take this the wrong way. That looks like him. That he's separated from a clan, and you seem to know a lot of people who are kind of in not so great situations that might be in trouble.
He talks funny. It's probably one of them refugees.
Okay.
I don't understand his jabberjaw, though.
Do you know if there are other refugees? Are they in a certain area, or?
They head up the river. The Maliburs. They haven't come in a while, though. But with most of them running out of order. And the woodlands are a pretty dangerous place these days, it seems.
Yep.
Even more than usual. The Woodwards have called off any refugee trips.
The refugees coming here, but when they get here, where do they go?
They go with the wind, looking for everyone else does here. Hope. And, well, let's just say that pollen travels far but rarely seeds.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It was kind of cute that they wanted hope, though.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
Trust me.
Well,
If I've heard anything from my plights in these places, everyone's looking to get out of one version of Motleti, but they end up writing another one. From the frying pan into the fire. You guys want seconds?
Are they from the frying pan or the fire?
From the pan, sweetheart.
Is this a place where I could buy rations?
Yeah.
I will. How much is a ration? Is that also 2 or is that
Well,
1?
I've got some baked goods there. Tall stack. If most of those will keep pretty good. It's 2 silver apiece.
Can we all buy
I will
some?
take. Yeah, I'm gonna take 5 rations.
I'm gonna have to heat up the ovens and keep them nice and toasty. And maybe go down to Bushman's and get more yeast. But yeah,
Bushman's, you say?
Weird
No.
happenstance.
what?
Well, we need to get back to the woodlands. And that's a very dangerous proposition for us at the moment without a little bit of stuff, perhaps.
I can send one of my boys if you're looking to get more supplies. It's still gonna cost you.
Oh, we'll be heading out to the Bushman soon.
Alright. Wyland goes, Wallaby goes, are you sure you don't want to just pay a street urchin to find this Jonah Norman of yours? Because a lot of FaceTime out there is, could be worth the penny.
Yeah, unless you
Sure.
could try to contact them.
I could. That.
Yeah, we just it's not gonna be. I don't know where this lizard guy wants to go. I mean,
Yes.
it's not really our problem anymore as long as he's not going to be hunted down by A and B.
You seem to just want to shriek nonsense.
Yeah, it's all complete gibberish to us, other than Emery or something.
And if it's gibberish to us, it's nonsense to everybody.
That's
Give me-
right.
Give me a second here. I don't know your clan or family. You could search the city for them, but I don't know that they will be here. Or that an A and B Corp, where you were, might want you back. You might be better off leaving.
Give me a leadership check.
How good of a leader
For
is Emery?
success.
Let's find out.
He kind of reads what you're saying and kind of nods. Kind of looks around and kind of looks at the rest of you guys. Rolando es tan thank.
Don't thank, pay. I mean, like,
That is so not right.
He kind of starts. Stolano which is I don't have little shinies. I don't have metal pieces.
He doesn't have anything.
You know what? Actually, I am gonna give this guy like 20 silver. For
He has
the road.
less than a whole person.
I know the lizard guy's fine. He hasn't been.
Yeah,
Well, he was cut open. He might be missing something.
Froglet
Yeah,
seems
how-
intact now, thanks to the efforts of your intrepid healer.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how are your bowel movements lately? Do you still have a bowel?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say eat up from the table, and I'm gonna give him 30 silver, and say use these wisely.
Yeah, he thanks you in
Yeah.
his broken tongue, and yeah.
Now somebody broke his tongue? God damn it, what's wrong with this guy?
All right.
He can break his tongue?
Those lizard folks.
All right, you guys heading out, or are you guys sending an urchin, or are you sending Wallaby to try to find Jonah Norman?
I would like to send Wallaby because he is streetwise, and we're more likely to see him again.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, he leaves and isn't back until the afternoon. And as he comes in to the building, he looks at you guys and goes, "Oh, took me a while, but I managed to get a hold of him. He's actually still all the way back out at the farm. But his one of his grandkids happened to be sitting at a different tavern, and he mentioned that he would be, for a fee, for 100 silver, he would be willing to smuggle you guys out.
Okay.
I don't,
It
100
sounded
silver.
like you said
Yeah, it's
snuggle.
a gold.
He's gonna snuggle us out.
Snuggle us out.
I mean, some of
Pretty
you are
good,
pretty
buddy.
adorable.
Just a little time with the
Okay.
And at that, Tyrus flicks the last silver onto the table that he has.
Just
All right.
need- you won't need money where we're going. Don't worry about it. All right. Yeah. Let's. I think that's fair. We all want to just skedaddle.
Yeah, it seems like that's a good idea right now.
Let's do it.
Okay. You guys are escorted to basically another cart with this one has a bunch of rolled up tarps of supplies, and luckily enough, carts really aren't inspected much on their way out of the city. There's a small stop and there's talk about a manifest, etc. And in the time that you guys are there, it sounds like there's a bit more of a kerfuffle that's taking some of the guards on the way from someone coming on the way in to the facility. Which, let me double check real quick my notes.
I'll pay 40 of the 100.
Yeah. I'll throw
So
it
there's
on.
41 taken care of. There's 81 taken care of.
It sounds like someone is bringing in goods that the guards are saying have spoiled or are rotten from Bilchester, a local village. And the guy is causing a kerfuffle at the time about the goods, saying that they were verified by the local granary master, and that everything it should be fine, and etc. And so that's just some of the stuff that you guys hear on the way out. But it sounds like you guys make it out okay. And after a couple of hours, you guys stay in the cart, and the gentleman on that's riding the cart. All right, guys, I think you're gonna be fine now. But well, Pops is just a little bit further. If you guys wanted to go and say hi, but otherwise I can tell him for you. He kind of pulls the cart to the side. Are you guys want to hop out or go and hang out with Jonah?
Well, is he in the direction we're going, or is he in the opposite direction we're going?
Yeah, it's along the road, so to speak.
I mean, we might as well stop at his place to take our long rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Did you guys want to have any particular interactions with them? Otherwise, I'll just kind of.
Thank him profusely. That's
Yep.
So, by the time we get there, Josh, how much time is left in the day?
By the time you guys get there, it's probably evening, so it's probably like 5 or 6 o'clock. But the thing that you notice is that it's been twilight all day.
So, in exchange for me staying there, I will offer to do like 3 to 4 hours of work before I go to bed.
Jonah insists that it's totally fine. You see his great hulking animals that are all very healthy right now. One is what looks to be like some sort of crazy looking giraffe with a weird spider attachments and ribs that scythe up grain and feed into some sort of industrial torso that shits out sinews that create a net that catches corn. And
So, it's an animal that was turned into a combine?
pretty much. And then the other one is these. They're called boule, which is essentially it's a rhino that burrows underground and has a shark-like mouth, and it pulls a piece of metal that basically is a grate that catches all of the root vegetables and sifts them and rolls them off onto the cart. But he goes and shows. He wants to show Wretch that the animals are all nice and healthy and whatnot, and yeah.
Okay, then just so I can make use of my one skill, I am going to just like hang out with the animals and pet them for a couple hours.
Nice.
They just make me think of Full Metal Alchemist, like the
Yep.
Help.
kill me.
Oh, yeah.
Edward.
Okay, so you guys gonna sleep there for the night?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys go to
Does he
sleep,
have any beasts of burden that he's willing to sell?
talking to him and jonesing him around a little bit, give me a negotiation check.
The guy with no money.
So then also like a small cart then that they could pull as well.
Yeah, give me a negotiation check, sir.
Yep, I was just adding that on there so we didn't
Thanks.
possibly have to do two separate ones.
Gotcha.
Well, shit. I'm just suggesting it.
That's fine.
Oh, 2 and 2.
Yeah, after some time, it sounds like he's maybe got an old cart that he could part with, as well as this big gray animal that he was promised as a very smart creature that is very, very powerful, but he thinks that he got it a bit late and is not able to train it very well. And it's this really, really heavy, tall animal. It's got a long trunk and big ears. I'm sure you know what it is.
It's an oily font.
So for a cart, I'm just trying to see what it would require back in. A wagon is going to be about it's 2 gold or 200 silver.
Oh.
And then an elephant is going to be 400 silver.
So 6 gold total. Is that something that's worth it to us?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's like,
Okay, then I will just continue carrying another person on my back.
It's only for like another day.
Uh,
Don't be.
I can't hear you, Sarah.
I said it's only for another day.
Khajiit has wares if you have coin. So
I know, but if we're going to be gathering resources or something along that line, if we're going to be doing something to earn money, we're probably going to end up needing to move stuff.
Keep in mind that a wagon won't fare well in the woodlands.
no, it's going to get busted up pretty quick. And I don't think our goal is to earn money. Our goal is to gather resources for a more specific goal, which is to get us to kill the harrower and then arm us so we can do some espionage. Something to get this bounty off of us or get the corporations off our back.
God, I love espionage.
We're really good at sneak.
Not the team for that.
So good at espionaging.
So good.
Yeah. Snuck in unnoticed to the penthouse, left like we were never even there, got into A and B Corp, quick in, quick out.
Yeah, we should never take these missions again.
I have
In and
fun.
out. 15-minute adventure, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Especially not if it's stealth related. If you want Bull's help.
You keep saying this like we did a bad job. I don't remember a single person complaining.
We rescued an extra person, in fact.
We did more than we needed to.
Yeah, we did more than we needed to. We killed some obviously very bad people and a lesser Draken who was performing some horrific experiments on people. So I think that we are going above and beyond in our stealth missions, personally.
Yeah.
We did good. Everybody loves us. I haven't met a
Yeah,
single person.
The point of a stealth mission is to come out of it without a bounty.
I like
We're
being...
learning!
Yeah, we're on our way.
A lot of us are pretty new to, like, city life, okay?
Yeah, where I'm from, you don't need stealth because there's nobody within 10 miles of you in the icy hellscape.
Yeah. We don't really use coin in the forest most of the time. Only when I trade dogs, but...
Yeah, most of my interaction with coin is Khajiit.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm obsessed with that now, but this is just who we are.
I like it.
Okay.
Alright, the plan that we're gonna do next is to drop off Wyland and then continue on to probably whatever What's-His-Face wants us to do, right?
I have a name.
You?
I assume when you said whatever blank wants us to do, you're talking about me, because I am the main character.
Oh, I meant Wallaby, because he's the main character.
The fucked up part is that he kinda is.
Yeah.
Wallaby?
Yeah.
There's a lot about that I don't like.
He's kind of driving the plot in his own drunken way.
He got us all together in his own drunken way.
I drink and
It's
I
like-
know things. This is like motto.
No, because you really gotta think about it, because like if you were a main character, wouldn't your plot point be like your sniveling underlings did something stupid and now you have to flee town? Like that doesn't sound like a main character's job to have to flee town. It sounds like a thing foisted upon him
Yeah.
This
by
is
an
our-
unforgiving plot.
No, this is the part of the story where the stakes escalate and we have to fight a vicious battle and come out of it stronger. When all the odds are stacked against us and we're surrounded by enemies.
I was born stronger.
What would
It's
have
only
happened?
so much that your frame can hold, though, little man.
How
So-
would the Rohirrim had their glorious victory if they had not looked to the rising sun when Gandalf the White came?
I don't really want to look
Elves
at
Deep.
Gandalf while he's caming.
You guys are having these conversations while you were moseying
Even
down the
walking.
road
What?
towards the Bushmen. Towards the Buckums. Now you're making me do it.
I'm sorry.
By the way, you all recover all of your strain. You
Oh,
all
thank
recover
God.
1 extra damage.
I have 2 crits on me. As a side note, if there's anyone
Oh,
who
yeah.
can help,
Something we could have done during the long rest.
Yep.
sorry.
Yeah, I think I have a crit that reduces my wound threshold.
If you don't want to help, that's fine. I'll just keep being really weak.
I have a spell for this. Can I do it before I go to sleep?
I mean, the only thing
You can-
Bull
yeah,
knows how to do
You
is
can do
amputate.
it
so
before or after.
All right.
triage is what we call it,
I'm gonna maim some mending.
because we hang you from a tree.
Ooh.
True.
Damn.
Okay, Emery, what specifically is wrong with you?
What was that thing like lashed out with some wicked nails. I've got some
You got disemboweled for starters.
disemboweled. Wow, yeah. So my wound threshold was reduced by 3, and my brawn was reduced by 1. So I'm just trying to think of thematically. Yeah, sure. Maybe I've got like such big gashes on my stomach that I can't really like move very well
weak.
anymore.
Okay. All right. So I undo any of the bandages or anything you have going to try and keep your shit together. And then I am going to point at it, point at one end, and point at the other. And if this is success, you know what? Actually, I'm going to roll first, and then if it's not successful, then the story gets very different.
3 failure, 1 threat.
All right, so it's a hard difficulty. 2 failure, 1 threat.
3 failure, 1 threat.
Okay, well I got 4 and 2, so
Nice.
1 and 1 left. Pass. Okay, so I point at each end of your wound, and I start kind of like humming to myself. Occasionally there are words. Occasionally I just kind of seem to forget the words and kind of go into like, and on the 4th day, yada yada yada, she yada yada better.
Better.
And like as my fingers come together, the skin is like fusing back together until you get to the middle, and then I do a little swirl, and then you have like a belly button shaped scar wherever it finished up.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Is that cure 1 or 2? Great.
Just
1.
that 1.
Sorry.
And I can't do it again because nothing says that I can't do it again, but that seems like I can't do it again.
One of the other critical wounds.
On another person.
No, you can do one of her
Right.
other crits. You can do her next crit as well, but it just
As long as you don't fail.
Okay.
As long as you don't fail, then you don't have to wait again.
I just didn't
believe.
want to abuse it.
No, it's just like doing a medicine check. Like you can test everyone's with a medicine check. You can test everyone's. It's just if you fail, then you have to wait a week.
All right. Okay. Well, I rolled for the second one, and question: my faith healing after casting a heal spell is this a heal spell?
Yeah, it counted as a healing spell.
Okay, then I can transfer 2 of my advantage to success, making it 4 and 2 rather than 2 and 4.
You still fail.
Damn it!
Oh.
I rolled 4 and 2.
All right. So whatever your other problem is, I'm gonna narratively string it in like this. I'm gonna take over for Josh. Josh, this isn't your story anymore. You look up to me and you're like, well, what about this other thing? And before you even finish it, I'm like, yeah, I got it. Hibbity schmubbity bobbity, hibbity flibbity, and then I just like straight pass out because that's like my 9th spell today. So I'm just toast. I'm done.
That's fair. Sorry for all of that. Oh, he's out.
Funny.
All right. I'm gonna be.
At least you didn't have far to fall.
Yeah. Short.
So I would like to do a little bit with the Buckham sequence before we finish up tonight. Does anyone have any qualms about that?
I have no time constraints. I've got all week off.
I would like to constrain it as close to 9 as possible, but we can get to a good stopping point.
Okay. So for brevity, you guys race there. Another day goes by, so you recover one more. You recover all your strain. You recover 1 damage from sleeping tonight. On the next day, you travel all day, and then you sleep underneath the stars of the Stellarium, and you all recover 1 damage, and recover all strain.
Consume
Remember,
one ration.
Eat 1 ration. Yep. And then on the next day, halfway through the day, you finally make it to the Buckhams. And at this point, Wyland is awake, and he's communicative with you guys throughout the travels of... He kind of woke up the night before. He talks about a little bit about the horrors of the event, but really he's kind of dodging the subject, and he says thank you to you guys, and he never thought he'd see these fields again. And in fact, But before you even get to the Buckums, you see some centaurs moving their large herds of elephant. And a couple come up to meet up with you guys.
Quick question, Ilya, didn't you still have a crit on you during that second long rest? You could have tested that crit.
Oh. I could have?
Or you could have had Wretch take a look at it.
If he'd be so kind.
Another crit.
He passed out that
Yeah.
night, but on the following day, yeah, you could.
Thematically, I passed out.
Yeah,
But
just
we're on
I said
second day.
I said the second.
Second day. Just go ahead and roll.
Oh,
I got 2 and 3.
okay.
So
I can't reroll Emery's for another week.
yep.
Yep.
2 young Buckums, 2 young
Three.
centaurs, Austere and Trey, meet up with you guys in joyous celebration about you guys finding Wyland. What'd you roll?
3 and 3.
Okay, so he's kicked. They're also sad about their brother, but you see that Wyland is ashamed of himself, and he breaks down then and there, and Strock, a really strong, powerful, and he kind of looks like Khal Drogo. One of the brothers picks up Wyland and takes him back to the Buckums, and they encourage you guys all to come along with. And you guys make your way into the Buckham. It's kind of like a bivouac, right? It's like a fort of wood, but it's all village. It's all houses and stuff in there. And it all looks like it's clearly laid out for it to be ease of use for Centaur people. But there are other folks there too, like the Woodward that you guys had met last time you were through here. The Restless by the name Duke, which is an undead guy. And he kind of gives you guys a head nod as you guys enter into the facility as well. You come to a warm embrace led by Wallaby to the other centaurs. Eltha and Danny give you guys praise in this time, in this moment, when you've brought their son back to them. They're speechless.
I can understand why.
Danny speaks up around the fire. There's so much wrong in this world. And at this point, Duke is sitting nearby too, as well as some of the other denizens of the Buckham estate. Too much wrong with this world. The woods that we've loved, fallen apart, wars. Officially on, the tribes are officially on the warpath. My son, ravaged by the predators of the so-called modern world, more savage than any beast would ever dream to be. Cruel. I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough for what you did for us. For Wyland. For his home. I need a moment. Their gray hair braid kind of gives him, pats him, and he goes out into the cold of the night. And Elsa says to you guys, what you've done for us is beyond any gift that we could give you. But please know that in any time, any at any time, if there is a need, we will answer the call. What you guys effectively have earned is the love and trust of the Buckums. At any point, you guys can call on them for aid, which is what they bring to the table is obviously as centaurs. They have really, really high endurance and mobility. So should you guys find a reason to need to get around in the old world in the nation, they can provide you not only as good steeds, but also as combatants, right, or as messengers, etc.
Do they have any means to help us smuggle back into the city? Do they trade with the city?
They do some trading with the locals, with rare ingredients that they have a kind of like a cornered, because they have developed a relationship with the Ace of Loon, they've been able to gather things from the forest that others have not been able to. She kind of stops for a moment. We have some contacts that we could twist the wrist of and maybe help you back into the city, but I will say that our familiarity does not touch the lands inside those walls, as clearly you can see with the tragic incident with violence. Straight devilry what they do with their vellum and with their paper. You think these someone could just sign their life away? How could they abide those chivalrous laws? Bullshit.
It's any consolation, and I know it isn't. The monster responsible for what happened to your son is dead. At least one of the monsters is, and I made sure of it.
No.
Thank you.
We just might need help at least getting through the gates. That's it.
You brought my boy home. No matter what you need, we'll do everything in our power. As the night moves on, maybe about 2 hours later, a page comes in, or a laborer comes in. Appears to be an orc of some sort, and as well as 3 more individuals with him, and they appear to be helping Danny back into the building. He's got a big gray shawl over his shoulders, and his hair is wet down his face. And he has an arm on 2 of his of these laborers. He appears to be limping rather heavily, and 2 other individuals are helping hold him and get him into the building. And he kind of collapses into a sitting horse position next to the fire. Come here.
Us?
Okay.
Yes.
Kind of tentatively move forward.
Um.
Is everything all right?
He appears. At 1 second. I gotta get my. He goes. There is an old tale of our kind from back in the days of the Barrenlands, in the lands of Shakshala. It's our origin. We are one of few families that have made it to the old world and settled here. But they said that back in the times of the Yao Gai, our people were once human. Human and horse. Humans, great horse riders, bonded in kin. And that through the great foul magics of the Yao Gai, our souls and our bodies were blended in a great torture as we rallied against them. But when Eve's eye found us, she felt so terrible for what happened to us. She laid luck wherever we trod henceforth. And we have found it true. In most days, where Ada's eye can be found gracing us, our fortune has followed. And for that, and because of this, and he goes, what you did for my family, it cannot be repaid. Not in gold, good, but I give you the highest blessing I can. And he unfolds his hands and empties his small pouch, and you see 4 horseshoes land onto the ground. And they appear to be of either gold or platinum, or they're like striped in clearly fine metals, and they have a magic sense to them. He goes, wear these close to your hearts and luck will follow you. Eve, and he goes, that is the promise of our gods. Carry it with you, and I give this so willingly that Eve will give you my luck. So each of you gets a horseshoe, which is a talisman of luck. It requires attunement, which means that if you have attuning items that require attunement, you can only have as many as your intelligence allows. So if your intelligence is 2, you can have two attuned items.
Okay.
So as Bull picks his up, he looks down at his foot and is sizing it up to see if it would fit on his hoof or not.
Are you
It
sure
would not.
that? I mean, these seem precious. And I kind of look at his feet to see if
They seem injured. It's not quite like the hooves of a horse, where it doesn't really. It's like going into a fingernail. It appears like it probably hurt him pretty bad. But not. It didn't maim him, and it was painful to take these off, and he's been walking today since. So, let's see here. Where are... it's over here. So, what those do... Rewards. Where are my rewards? Here we go. Right, anyway, okay. You get... once each day, you can re-roll any amount of dice from one roll. So if you roll 4 dice and you like the results of 2 of them, you can re-roll the other 2. And it recharges every day.
that's nice.
It does
How do you
require
attune to something?
Attunement just takes a long rest of you wearing it and bringing conscious effort towards basically accepting it to you.
Okay.
So after
Aaron
you guys
can do it in an hour.
After you guys go to bed tonight, you'll be fine. Yeah. Or a short rest is... I think a short rest is fine as well, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a high blessing. Thank you.
Well, enough of all this Heartfelt pish posh. Let's celebrate. My son is home. And with that, all I need is the logistics of where you guys are going next. So I briefly noted for you guys. So the war is on. What you can surmise by talking to Duke the Woodward is that what Tondu last did get everyone in the Fringewood to bend the knee and pledge fealty. And so now the Fringewood, or the Deerman tribe, is basically vouching for them. And that happened it happened 20 days ago. So things are now entering what we call the skirmish phase. The tribes are now spilling blood, but it hasn't turned into all-out war. You know, like, there's not like the battle of the blah 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 where 40,000 people died or anything like that. It's more like we've established that there's a hard line here. Do not fucking come in. Oh, we're coming in, sort of thing. So now it's entered the phase where before it was like, will they, won't they? Now it's like, no. These guys are safe with us, and the other tribes are starting to say that's not okay. You guys can go and meet up with Dante Ogilvy if you would like to before you guys go anywhere else. But that's my summary. Now you guys tell me what I need to prepare for next time.
Thinking of helping Wallaby with his quest.
Yeah, Wallaby's been super patient with us.
Yeah.
If we can get...
What is Wallaby's quest?
Let me pull
Get
up
drunk
real
as
quick.
fuck.
Yeah, he wants to go to the Grey Glade to find Leanne and Shay and tell her, like...
Yeah.
Well, I'm supposed to tell her that Art failed his mission. I don't know if Wallaby is trying to do the same thing or not.
He wants to know what Archek knew that the Onyx killed him.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, literally the whole reason why the shit in Lemoore got kicked off.
Yeah. If we could get the centaurs to help us get to the, like, closer to the Grey Glades, that would be a huge help. If they're willing.
Well, do we want them to do that, or do we want them to help us possibly get smuggled back into the city?
I think that...
Or do we have another course of action to get back into the city?
I don't think it's like a one-stop shop, like we've got one ticket to turn in with them, necessarily.
Well, I wouldn't want to take advantage.
So, yeah, what I would say is that you undoubtedly have, no matter how dangerous it is, you've got one solid ticket. After that, it's to be determined, right? Because you did save their kid, but you're also asking them to allow, depending on what you're asking for, them to put multiple of their family at risk. So if you guys are doing that multiple times, it might start to be like, all right, like, you know, sort of thing. So you definitely have one shot of, like, super help. But that being said, you have endeared them to you as well. So small things all day, every day. But dangerous things, like, they're not suicidal to help you guys either, you know?
Right, and, like, would that be a big ask to ask them to kind of help speed us along our journey to the Grey Glade?
I mean, yeah, you're asking them to go through an active war zone.
I wasn't sure how far that war zone is. Like, I wasn't sure if we could skirt around the woodlands, or if this is all woodlands.
So on this big map, the dotted line that goes up and around, this is the map of the woodlands, specifically. Like, let me show you.
Oh, it's not just the brown?
Yeah, this is the woodlands.
Okay, I thought the forest was the brown on the other map.
Yeah, no, that is effectively the area controlled by the Deerman tribe, plus the Fringewood.
So the brown is the carnation,
Yeah.
and then the green was the wood. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, Carnation is the disputed lands that everyone's pissed about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, yeah.
And where does
keep in mind that you
Wallaby
did-
want us to go?
Wallaby wants you to go to the Grey Glade, which is across.
Okay.
Yeah, it's across the Thunder Falls area. Which keep in mind too, though, that you guys did tell the Flayoon tribe that you would side with them too. Which I believe, Bull, you are Flayoon, so that means that you guys have. Once you guys get through Deerman territory, you have access to the bottom layer of the forest, so to speak.
Yeah, we did specifically said we would not lift a hand against them.
Yeah, we kind of had a shaky truth, and now if Bull is part of,
I am Freylun.
so that would feel like.
I am part of their elite military.
Ooh.
So you know how to take them down.
Yeah. We need to burn down the forest, replant it in our image.
No.
We've got a Flayo now. We're pretty much invincible in the feeding grounds.
Just in case you guys forgot, if we have to deal with humans, Bull is not going to be happy.
I mean,
Well, one day we'll ask you why that is, but probably not when we're supposed to be done with this session.
okay.
All right.
Yeah, I think
We just for be conscientious of time. We know what you guys are doing, roughly speaking. We can hash out the details at the start of the next session. But
Okay.
to cap everything all off, you guys get 25 XP.
Ooh.
About that
boy.
for next session as well. So congratulations on that. Huge pull of saving Wild.
Quick question for you, Josh.
Yeah.
Did you say you didn't want people buying the 5-tier ability to get a skill up to 5?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
The talent.
I just
or
remember you-
skill?
The skill. Your attribute points.
Yeah, and you updated the text that I sent you about the talent, the painful blow.
Oh.
right?
I completely forgot, but thankfully I didn't use it this session, so.
Yeah, I would have reminded you if you used it in the middle of the session, but it's just while you're updating your notes, you might as well update that too. And then I have the details of what you specifically said with the Flayoon in here somewhere. I'll look those up just to make sure that we don't get off on misunderstanding, because I believe there was something a little bit more than, all right, bye, because you guys are going in and out between Flayoon and Deerman tribe territory, which if you guys were spies, or even potentially spies, that's like, the first people who get shot are the people sitting on the fence, right? So, anyways, with that, we get to answer the call of the hunger next time. See if you guys go fucking crazy.